hands and he starts to decay. Made one of his street soldiers a fence
I
thing.
see you talking to the game, couldn't be talking to me. I got enough to beat and more soldiers to bury. You know it just clicked in and made you realize this game is twice as hard. You see that with your own eyes.
You're on the way to choose your type of life cause you gotta. I tell you from now, which fighter will be the hotter. I don't think you want this one, just practice. Just challenge me when you're ready with your tactics. High punch, the spin kicks, watch your back split. I see you in the air when I make you backflip.
Get it on that. Select and make your first pick.
Yo, what is up, everybody, and good evening to all. Welcome back to Gamer Quotient / Gaming Academy, the show where we break down gaming history, gaming culture, gaming news, and the life lessons hidden inside the games we love. I'm your headmaster, James of GQ Asian Dude. That's right, I've been here for so long, it's hard to keep track of how long it's been. Class is officially back for session number 72. We did it, passed it. Tonight, we got a packed room, a stacked show, and a special guest in the building. Joining the faculty tonight is No Shoes. You've seen him before. He's another local streamer here. Excited to have him. And you already know that what that means is the energy is just about to get a little bit more unpredictable tonight, a little bit more creative, and a whole lot more fun. We got a big conversation lined up for the headmaster's desk as we close out the plight of the publisher, the last version, and ask a real question about the state of gaming today. Who holds the power in the industry? Is it the publishers, the devs, or the community itself? Because in a world driven by reviews, clips, streams, memes, word of mouth, and public perception, the players may have more influence than ever before. Now, from there, we'll jump into MCC Memory Card Chronicles to take a trip through this week in gaming history, to hit you with the quick bites and rumor mill for the latest stories, headlines, whispers from around the industry. After that, the watchdog is keeping an eye on this week's best deals. And of course, we'll close it out with a special final boss where we take one more lesson from gaming and apply it to real life. So whether you're here live with us on Twitch, hanging out on YouTube, or catching the replay later, thank you for spending your part of your day with us. Really appreciate that. Now take your seat, get comfy, and lock in. This is Gaming Academy, and your headmaster has collected all 5 Gaming Infinity Gems, finally complete for the gauntlet. And let me introduce the faculty along with our guests tonight. So come on in, fellas. Tell them who you are and what you do here.
Oh,
who wants to go first?
There's Ace.
We might be missing one. But yeah, welcome back to another session, everybody. So for those of you that don't recognize the red jacket, I'm Ace Nelson, the blazing one. I am the professor of applied sciences here at the Academy. When we have sessions at the Tech, if you need assistance with dealing with gameplay or just, finding out various creative ways to hurt people, I'm your guy.
Nice.
That's
And
it.
he didn't even list his stone.
I know.
List your stone, you goof. What's wrong with you?
Dude,
he
like,
got the gems. He gave you an opportunity and you missed
Power
it. You know
Storm,
what?
obviously.
And I am me. I'm the guy. I'm Oliver. I do game history and philosophy and let's call it applied sciences. And I am the Mind Stone because vision is cool. I don't have to justify shit to somebody. No, I like vision. That's my boy. But I'm also the watchdog, and I try to keep an eye out for interesting things that are happening in the game space, as well as trying to find the best deals on the best games that I can for people. I'm also the resident dumbass for some reason. I say the dumbest shit. Back to you, Nick.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have a moniker as the blazing one. That's a hot fresh one from Ace. I'm Nick. Nice to meet everyone. I worked in the video game industry for over 20 years in retail and a little bit behind the scenes working with Xbox research, was a lot of fun. I lean on that. I bring you the news, and I try to bring you at least the middle of the road comments more often than not when someone asks a question, because I'm like, well, let's consider both sides. If I had to pick a stone, I'm probably going to be the space stone because I'm the most useful.
Man, I used that. I was going to use that one. Damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when you get to go third, man.
It's really true. You've been a lot of places within the scope of the industry. You've quite literally teleported around the damn thing. So right from working
Whether
here
I
to
wanted
here,
to or
yeah.
not, you get your marching orders or you're laid off. Like you've got to go to the next space, man, and that's what happened more often than not. So here I am.
Yeah. Man, I feel bad for James because he's going to end up. We're just going to call him the Soul Stone, but that's okay because you're the soul of this show.
There you go. So
Boom.
hey, I'll take it. That's what
Oh,
I was going to say.
Boom.
Serve
Pow!
that
That's how I
up,
keep my job. Man, I just polished that shit
Got
and
it.
served it to him.
All right. Well, Mr. No Shoes, this is not your first tenure here, so welcome
Not
back.
my first time, but my name is No Shoes. I got a channel on YouTube called No Shoes Plays. Lots of streams. I stream way too much. I also have a show called Best Losers that I do with my brother Jim Squints. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, thanks for having me tonight. Appreciate you guys.
Always. I like your
Good
hat.
to have you back.
You say it's called
Nice,
Best
Tom. You like
Losers?
that? I got the shirt too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the shirt rocks.
I'm
He's
repping.
Why is
Yeah,
it called-
I love this shirt. It's so soft too.
Yeah.
Fourth
Why is
wall,
it called
right?
Best Losers?
Best Losers? Yeah, it's
No, why is it called that?
because we're best friends and we're terrible at video games. So
I fucking love it.
Check,
So,
check, check.
Checks out.
I love to see it.
Taken. So
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, we got a packed show. Let's just get going. I'll start off right now with the headmaster's desk with the final submission from Jagos with this series Plight of the Publisher, part 3, the revenge of the publisher. I just made that up. But yeah, Jagos, as you know, is one of our best students in the academy, and he's always in there, chalking up a storm. And we created his own channel for him for adventures that he always posts and updates us with games he's playing, giving us the 411, giving us his thoughts, and just showing us how much fun he's having with a lot of games and a lot of input. So I really appreciate that of him being in the community that way. So this was submitted by Jagos not too long ago, but he sent in a really thoughtful one to wrap up the Plight of the Publisher series. Now, his argument is that gaming is built on a trichotomy: publishers, developers, and the community. And one of those three, he believes the community might be the most powerful force of all. I agree. His reasoning is that no matter what publishers plan or what developers create, it's ultimately the community that decides what sticks. Players, fans, creators, writers, and the broader gaming audience determine what gets celebrated, what gets clowned on, and what earns loyalty, and what loses it. Now, when a publisher gets it right, the community can push that franchise to new heights. But when a company keeps failing, the community remembers, and that reputation can sink even major names. No one is safe from this. Now, Jagos points out that it is that good games rise, bad games fall. Pretty straightforward. And the community is the force that makes that judgment matter. Now, he also says this perspective has been something that's been developing for years. And he shared some older videos that trace where these ideas come from. So, question for the class is this: do gamers and the community really have the final say in the industry? Now, I think Jagos makes a strong point here. The community may not literally fund every project or publish every game, but they absolutely control relevance. They decide what gets remembered and what gets recommended and what gets left behind. Now, in today's era of streaming, social media, reviews, word of mouth, and of course, podcasts, that power feels bigger than ever before. So I'll pass it on to the faculty here and share, and I want to share insights on this.
Let me go ahead and go first on this one. I would say that my answer is yes. All the power is in the player's hands. When we stop showing up, bad things happen, right? Here's a little kind of a thought experiment I've done as a writer, and that is that I said, what if you've written the most objectively best novel of all time, like it's without flaw, every element works, everyone that could be satisfied is satisfied, but if it's in the drawer and never gets published, is it the best novel of all time? right? Like it requires input from others to even function. You can make the greatest game ever, but if the community rejects it or doesn't even notice it, then we don't know, right? And the truth of the matter is that not the best games have gone viral over the past 6 years. And when I say the best, I mean they don't have the greatest graphics that ever existed, right? They don't have the best sound that ever existed, but it was all the right elements came together, right? It was very a gentle sprinkling of the correct things, and the games blew up into absolute monster sellers that leaves much bigger developers going, what the hell just happened? Right? So examples of that. Among Us. That game had been out for a while, right? And it's not even a new concept of, I mean, I remember the game Rabbit Doubt from decades ago, right? It wasn't a new concept and the game had already been out, but COVID happened just the right circumstances, and then suddenly people were like, hey, this is kind of cool, right? That, oh, one of us is a spy. Vampire Survivors. It was super cheap. It's kind of corny. It's crispy on the edges in just the right way. It's like, it's kind of a throwback, but it's not. But it's like, next thing you know, you're like, oh, runs are 30 minutes long, but your ass has been playing it for 8 hours, right? Like, the players make the games a success. It doesn't matter how much graphical power you throw behind it, right? I don't know anyone who's like Vampire Survivors is stupid, but I've met plenty of people that hate the Resident Evil 3 remake. I know, seen plenty of people that hated Metal Gear Solid 5, or people that dislike Resident Evil 4. Hell, I don't like Resident Evil 7 all that much. Like, I just don't enjoy playing it, but I love Resident Evil. And it really just comes down to the players, right? And even then, that shit's not universal, right? It's like let's put it this way, on the percentage scale, we have more weight on that scale than the developers do, right? It's very close, but it's not exact. It's like, okay, we've got 51% of the power and they've got 49, right? We need them and they need us, right? But you don't have a job without us. And it's unfortunate because we watched more than a few developers learn that lesson the hard way over the past decade or so. So that's my take on it.
That's
We all
good.
talk
Yeah.
a lot. I want to hear what Jace has to say about this. No shoes laid
Absolutely.
on us.
Yeah, it's like it's always been. Money talks, man. People that buy game, you buy a game, and it's good, and then you tell other people, and then they buy the game, and then the numbers tell the publishers like, oh, people really like this game. So, and vice versa. If people don't buy it, or I buy it and I tell you guys that it's not very good, and you guys like trust my opinion, or I have a blog or something, then I say this game isn't very great, and people follow this blog, they trust my opinion, they don't buy the game, and then in the end, the the message is pretty loud and clear to the publishers. This game is not very good, so maybe try something else. I don't know. They don't make sequels for shitty games, or do they? They don't often make sequels for
That
shitty
needs to be on a
games,
shirt. They don't make sequels for shitty games.
there you go. So, well, that's I think the money talks. I think that's a big part of it too. But definitely on a good point on that, Oliver. Yeah, right. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have to say we have the ultimate control, whether it's the money or if it's what we're telling other people about the game, or whether it's good or not. We have the power. So absolutely, the players have the power no matter what. You could throw all of your money at like advertising and hyping people up about it, but in the end, if the players don't like the game don't do well. So
Concord.
yeah.
There you go.
Perfect example.
Concord.
A lot of that felt like them shooting themselves in the foot before the community got to it. I will just say something quick. The community definitely, in my experience, has the final say. Definitely not absolute. but the power to influence the industry is seen every day. And we've seen it with the way that the video game industry and the community around it has changed. Looking up trailers back in the day, we had to go to game trailers. That was the only way to see it. That was before YouTube and content creators started coming out with their own opinions and their own content based on watching stuff and reacting to those watches and stuff like that. But the community is the one that's going to dictate the lifespan of these games. I mean, the player base, the community around it, how long it's going to last is because of those communities. I spent a little time in community management as well, and the amount of like games that have Discord communities now, the need to engage with the customer base, the need to build this community around the game for it to succeed is known from the get-go for a lot of developers. I mean, you're seeing remakes that are being forced because people are getting behind it, or rebirths, something like No Man's Sky. I'm thinking of the support that's been behind that for so many years. Early access development, beta tests have always kind of been ubiquitous for the past little bit, but that just shows how much that's really driven by the community around it. I also like to think one of the games I have picked tonight for Memory Card Chronicles, spoiler alert, is Portal 2. The amount of community that popped up around that and kept that game relevant for so many years because of like the writing in it, the jokes behind it, the memes on it, keeping that relevant for so long, that's the community having the final say in the longevity of that product and where it is in our minds. Obviously, we're not the ones doing the budgets. The devs are the ones doing that. They're the ones greenlighting these projects. They're the ones ultimately shutting it down. But the community absolutely has significant power to influence the industry.
Yeah, and absolutely on that Portal 2 topic. I've never played Portal 2, but I know all about Portal 2 because the fan base is so fervent and it's so intertwined with like meme culture. You know, it's hard to not know that this reference came from Portal 2.
It's the same with, I mean, just even on
Cake
Valve's
is
thing,
a
like Team
lie,
Fortress.
you know?
Like, yeah, exactly. Cake is a Lie, or the GLaDOS music, and the fact that
Yep.
GLaDOS came to Rock Band because it was so
Mhm.
popular. Like,
Right,
come
right.
on.
Abe?
Ace, did you have anything? Sorry.
Nah, my point pretty much dovetails with the rest of you guys as far as like the community having the final say and having a lot of pull in deciding the fate of any particular piece of software or even hardware that exists. I mean, I can think of two more immediate examples than even Concord, that being High Guard. We all know what happened with High Guard. And on the opposite end of that scale, Crimson Desert. Like even in the lead up to Crimson Desert's release, there were still a few things that that were brought up that one could say had counted against it, like the simple fact that it was originally an MMO, and there is a pretty sizable contingent of the community that has kind of gotten burnt out on MMOs and live service games, and that plus different things like the AI usage in the game had started to put some blemishes on the game's reputation even before it came out. But once the people started getting their hands on the game and actually playing through it, that was when the scales fell away and people were looking at this like, oh, this is something to keep an eye on. And then word of mouth started to spread, and 4 million copies later, we're seeing truckloads of support behind the game.
One thing I will say too, before we can move on, is just a reminder that what we personally like or what you personally like doesn't mean that's what the entire industry feels. Like, there's very much a point that I'll make in the news section, and we've talked about before, just because we hate it or it's vilified, like microtransactions, for example. People still buy. There's a reason why they're still ubiquitous. There's the reason why people and companies lean into it. We may complain about it. A lot of people may complain about it online, but people are spending, and that's why. Like, ultimately, in the end, the community is still speaking. It's becoming more prevalent because the community continues to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Then there's that money talking again,
Yeah, money talks. Money talks 100%, and this is why they're throwing cosmetics at you left and right, because it's what people buy, right?
Yep.
So barrier of entry is really low, and it adds more value to their game. So, it is what it is. So, but hey, that just means you guys control, more. Speak with your wallet, right? But that's what because that's how they listen to you guys. So just keep that in mind. All right, Jagos, appreciate you as always, man. Keep up the good work. And if you guys are interested in submitting your own post for the Headmaster's Desk, jump into our Discord here and drop it on the Headmaster's Desk forum. Well, I'll take a look at it, review it, and then put it on the show. So if I pick it, you'll know. All right, and that rhymed. That wasn't meant to be. So, all right, we'll move on to the next segment here. This week in gaming history. This one apparently this week was just extra difficult. So here we go. All right. And this week in gaming history, Memory Card Chronicles. This one is an offshoot of our previous one, This Week in Gaming History from season one, where we take games from our experiences and our connections to them and what we remember about them. So, and we do from Sunday through Saturday. So this week will be April 12th to April 18th. And number one here is Ace, right? You stepped up on this one, right?
Yeah, just taking a look at that particular day. I know this is going to sound familiar to the folks that were actually here last year, but there is a reason why I am bringing this game back up. So we're jumping back to 2001 and the Japanese release for Armored Core 2: Another Age. Now, again, not only am I bringing this game up because I have fond memories of the game. I mean, come on. This was the first game in the series where I could actually build a full melee loadout for one of my mechs. So, I had to jump on that. But it's also because those memories have actually resurfaced in a new context thanks to what I'd like to call our recent cultural exchange on Twitter. So I'm sure y'all have seen recently how, now we've been getting, we've been seeing more posts in our feeds from our neighbors across the pond over in Japan. And a good chunk of them, at least that have been showing up on my feed, has been a whole lot of love for some old classics and some old favorites of mine, namely Armored Core and Star Ocean. And seeing folks not only posting stuff from Armored Core 6, but also going back to the earlier entries in the series like AC2: Another Age, it's been a wild time, and it's been so awesome just seeing footage of these games coming back up from, users in different countries, just expressing their creativity through their loadouts, expressing their love of the game, and of course, sharing those memories, not just of, our first builds in AC2 and so on, but also going back to that first time where we faced off against Balteus or the assault copter in Armored Core 6 before the patches, and just the community celebration whenever a Raven would actually take down one of those bosses for the first time after scores of retries. It's truly something special, and it's those kinds of memories that that keep me coming back, not just to Armored Core, but also to, other games that I've been playing damn near religiously, like Monster Hunter, for example. But, yeah, I mean, fellas, any memories from when you had taken flight as Ravens back on the PS2 or beforehand?
I never did. I've said before, Armored Core wasn't really my thing. If you want to talk like G Gundam and stuff like that, absolutely, that was my era around this time. But Armored Core was something I didn't play. I didn't really have a PS2 till later, and that was very specifically for certain games.
G Gundam mentioned, respect.
I wanted to like Armored Core. I fucking hate Armored Core. I spend more time. I consider Armored Core to be the EVE Online of mech games. It's too much micromanagement of this thing. Now, to be fair, I'm going to be really consistent on this one. I also don't like most technical racing games because I don't care about cars either, right? So when they're like, "Oh, you can do all this tricking out of your car and do all," I don't like doing it, right? So it's not I don't even think it's a specifically an Armored Core thing. It's just a particular style of game of micromanagement of just to get to do the thing I actually want to do. Right? It's just a little weird. Now, don't get it twisted. I like a little customization. You know, like oh, okay, choose your loadout. Like, do you want big gun or big fucking gun? I'm like, oh, I'll take the big fucking gun, please. Right? I want to do that stuff, but come on, man. Where they're like, look, you're gonna have to manage. I feel like I don't know why Shaq is in my head right now, but I feel like Shaq is my fucking mechanic in Armored Core. Oh, you're gonna have to manage that weight, dog. Right? You only got so many energy reserves. I don't know what to tell you. You know, maybe come back, try some hot sauce with me or something. I'm like, why are you here? I'm like, just leave me alone. But at the same time, one of my favorite things I've ever seen was that episode of Secret Level. That Armored Core episode was fucking dope. That was amazing. I was like, I understand why people love Armored Core because this is just, woo, this is bonkers. But I can't play them in the same way. There are people who just can't. They can't play Souls games. It just doesn't work, and I get it. I get it. Like Armored Core doesn't work for me. I want someone to make a Robotech game with a little bit of action like that. Just a little bit. Yes, Robotech, not Macross. I'm making the distinction.
You know, on that note, I am almost tempted to actually recommend you pick up Gundam Breaker.
I don't like Gundam. I don't Gundam either. Like a brother is trying. I'm trying, but I don't know. For Mecha, the only things that have ever truly worked for me are Mech Warrior and Macross. Like, it just really resonate with me. Like, I don't even know why. And look, I never even played Steel Battalion, and I always wanted to play that. Like, nope, just hasn't happened. Like, no, I don't even understand it because come on, big fucking robots. We're Power Rangers. We're the Power Rangers kids. Like, no, big robots. It's fucking Voltron. Come on, and then they come together, and then they're a bigger robot. That's amazing. No, there's just some stuff just doesn't work with me. Gundam people are like Twilight fans.
Oh my god.
So many people are being insulted right now. I'm like,
show.
motherfucker off the mic. To me,
My two Gundam models back here did not hear that. So
I don't know
And-
if you can
and,
stop my mouth
you know-
open, but
here's the important distinction that I'm making. When I say they're like Twilight fans, I mean they're really fucking into it, right? Like, I don't feel like I can even approach that content, or you know, you could say it's like Harry Potter people, right? Those guys are really into that shit. So if you're like on the outside looking in, you're like, you know what? I'm not even gonna try and touch this because if you have a different interpretation or any of that stuff, oh boy, things are gonna get real fucking bad for you fast. Maybe the better example would have been saying Undertale. Those people really love Undertale, and people who love Gundam really fucking love Gundam. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna wade through this shit. It's like Dragon Ball. I gave up on Dragon Ball Z. I gave up on Dragon Ball Z, right? And I tried. Listen, a brother tried. I wanted to go with them. I was like, okay, he got a monkey tail. That's great. Oh, the little boy also has a monkey tail. Oh, that man has blonde hair now. Oh shit. Oh, okay. People are getting their asses beat left and right. And then the next thing you know, the show just kept going. I was like, oh, I started watching this at 12. Now my black ass is 18, and it's still here. Like, no, I had to move on. I had to move on. Right? Nothing against it. Nothing against those people. But the people who are into Dragon Ball are really fucking into Dragon Ball, right? But I love Sun Wukong.
let's
That's
hear
all
you
I'm
say
saying.
something about MKX now. So
Yeah.
the 13th, the next day. Well, this was a pretty hard one for me. I didn't really have a strong list for that day. Maybe somebody else did. But Mortal Kombat X or 10 is technically the sequel to MK9 on the 360/PS3. And I picked this one because this one really, or NetherRealm Studios really hit it really good with the story mode on a fighting game. No other fighting game had that much robust storytelling ever be, or just presentation. MK9 was fantastic when it came to storytelling. I honestly felt like I was playing the movie, and MK10 really followed that through. It wasn't, I was expecting Annihilation levels of like campiness and cheesiness. No, it actually was a good continuation of 9, and the story followed after that. So if you guys check it out, I highly recommend it. Even if you're just a casual, just play the story mode. And this is why Mortal Kombat games sell now. And also another memory of this was one of the first games you could actually play as like Jason, the Predator, Alien from the Aliens movie in the fighting game, and I thought that was super cool at the time. So I don't know about you guys. What's your thoughts on MKX or MK in general?
I didn't play 9, but Mortal Kombat X was, I think, the breath of fresh air that the series really, really needed. And like you said, not only was the gameplay great, but the story mode was also really, really good, and the story was way more cohesive than like any other MK before it, in my honest opinion. And it just felt a lot grittier. And up to the lead up, a lot of the media that was like hyping this game up was really, really cool. I remember the trailer where Sub-Zero and Scorpion were fighting in that forest, and I was like, dude, this is the next level of Mortal Kombat. This is what it needed. And just seeing that trailer alone sold me on the game instantly. I didn't even need to play it. I'm like, I'm gonna love this game. So, and I did. It's a fantastic game. I'm not a very good even though I've got a Street Fighter CAD behind me, I'm not a very good fighting game player, but I love to play them. So
yeah, respect, man. I love that. It's not about the being good; it's about getting good, like getting to that point, right? The journey. So, love it.
This one is super short, but at history, right? So just for people who are curious, when he talked about that trailer, I consider Mortal Kombat 10's trailer wanted to be one of the finest trailers I have ever seen. Right? It feels like they really went back to the root. Right? They took it all the way back to basics, and the song that is played in that trailer is "It Can't Be Stopped" by Wiz Khalifa. Right? And I felt like watching that trailer set the identity truly separate from Street Fighter in a very real and visceral way. Like they've always been different, but it felt impactful. And you know, uh, GQ's right. Mortal Kombat 9, I think, is the best Mortal Kombat title. Period. The story was a story you actually wanted to see. Fighting games ain't known for deep, robust, coherent stories that you can just easily see in a through line. And he has to win, right? Amazing, amazing. And if they followed up here, right? They followed up that with this, right? I haven't gotten a chance to play 10 because here's a little tiny little stupid thing that's happened to me recently. My tolerance for gore has gone down massively. I'll be watching the fatalities for this shit on YouTube, and I'm looking through my fingers like I can't watch. Like I don't know. At some point, I turned into a bitch, and I'm trying to
get gnarly in X2, like real gnarly.
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
Like seeing people cut in half, and like you can see half of their insides as they're like splitting in half. You're just like, oh, wow,
right. And they're getting so specific. The kills are so specific. Look, snatching a man's heart out of his chest. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I saw that shit in Indiana Jones when I was like 6 years old. That was no big fucking deal. Now it's like it's like, oh, okay, we got an X-ray punch, and I'm actually watching a man's spleen fucking rupture, and then seeing the goop come out, and the man dies of sepsis. I'm like, that is a really specific fucking way to kill a guy in a fight. Holy shit! I'm like, I can't go with them. I'm proud of the technical achievement, but I think I fell off of being the audience for Mortal Kombat. But I'm always going to love Mortal Kombat and what it did for the industry, and being the first real motherfucker to challenge Street Fighter. Right? But like, we're going to do something you won't do, and to this day they never have.
Yeah, like Jago's in chat said, the Johnny Cage split punch with X-Ray. Yeah, there was a few times. It's kind of like, ugh.
Right? This man's nut is ruptured and shit. You're like, I don't need that. You can see the individual sperm cells in there. You're like, that's fucking disgusting. Why are we
Ace
here?
knows when you EX it too. It gets really visceral.
Oh yeah,
oh god,
it's awful. It's just plain awful.
It's not great.
Just the goddamn worst.
Anybody?
But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'll try to keep this nice and quick. I did have Mortal Kombat 9 on the PS3. Absolutely loved it. Loved how it retold the story of Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. And then, again, with 10, with 10 picking up where MK9 left off, it just felt like a great evolution. And, me being a Johnny Cage fan, I enjoyed seeing how Johnny Cage had changed over the years from the start of MK9 all the way up through the action taking place in X.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of fun seeing the characters grow.
Yeah, no, it's always a fun like to see what iteration they'll come up with next. Like the two characters that I always like think of as like how will they design Scorpion in this game or Sub-Zero, right? Because they always change them up. And if you look at the history of box arts, you'll notice that there's always a drastic change between each generation of Mortal Kombat for each character. So pretty fun. Check it out, guys. If you guys haven't tried it, it's I'm pretty sure it's like under $5. This game is expensive. So
Worth it.
yeah, absolutely. Even for the story mode, it's worth it. All right, moving on to the 14th. We're gonna get Scorpion out of here. Get out of here.
You beat me to it.
Yeah. We're gonna go with something with less visceral, unless you're a fan of music. Then it's very visceral, right, Nick? I don't know. What tell us a little bit more about Flow.
Yeah, time to switch up my norm, and obviously the norm after what we just experienced with the Nut Punch and X-Ray. But I wanted to highlight 2006's Flow for this one, for this day in history. This one's super unique. This is another one that I kind of tried on a whim when we were testing consoles at the store, when they would come in just to make sure like the controller would work, the joystick especially. But this one is about giving players more of that artistic kind of Zen experience. Very simplistic but soothing visuals, relaxing soundtrack. As you're seeing on the screen here, you start out as like a small organism that you control through like different levels. You kind of eat your way through evolution. Very similar to like Evo we talked about in the past on the SNES, but a little bit more like pared down. Like I said, definitely Zen. You utilize things like poisons or swirling attacks. You can easily point and say that this game may not have much depth compared to other games, or that the play loop was pretty repetitive, but this game actually started out as a thesis research. The idea was applying the concept of dynamic difficulty adjustment. You can actually choose to ignore dangerous enemies and return to previous levels later on. It really lets you kind of balance the challenge the way that you wanted to as the player. The big thing for this as well is the leads actually went on to create Flower and Journey, two other games that honestly really inject that feeling of like actual art in video games. So that was something like I know we've talked about Journey before, James and I, like we talked about it, especially when it came into stores, like a very artistic, visually appealing, more Zen. It was just kind of like that feel of like the argument of video games as art. And it was just an experience more than anything. And like I said, proof of concept too, but it's definitely something I wanted to highlight. Do you guys have any experience with Flow or maybe Flower or Journey?
Oh yeah, this was one of the first games I played with the PS3 that had the motion controls where you actually use the controller to steer. So that was really really cool to me, and it was very well, at first it was a little hard to get used to, but once you realize like how it works and everything, it was very responsive. And if you got hit by by an enemy or you got one of your segments eaten, that was kind of your fault. And it was cool because it led on to Flower, which was another fantastic game that used motion controls, and then eventually Journey, like you said. So, no, a very fond memory of this game. Plus, the ambient noise, I guess you'd call it. I'm not really sure if you'd call it music. It's like kind of like almost choir-like, and then it kind of as the action gets a little more intense, the music kind of picks up and dies off and such. I thought that was really really cool too, how they just used the music to really make this very simplistic looking game just like all that more. So
that much more of an experience. You would say that the music flowed.
Yeah. I'm out of here, guys.
You said the thing.
I feel like the sloth, the sloth of Zootopia. It took me a second. I said,
Nick.
Boo this man!
He got me. Oh no! It turns out I'm Thanos tonight.
Oh,
Because I'm just a fucking premium hater. Apparently, I hate everything.
We actually got a hold of
Stuff,
Nurseries
you
ahead
only
of
need the
time, and
cool
we
stuff.
asked the entire panel to pick games that Oliver hates.
Yeah, I think you did a good job. No, I'm 100%. I think that Flow, Flower, and Journey are part of the reason that games suck now.
Oh, I'm
I
going to
th-
heavily disagree with you on that, but go ahead.
I
Spit your
like
truth.
again, right? It's just from my position, right, and nothing more. um I 100% agree that games can be artful and they can be impactful in amazing ways. I mean, come on, everyone knows how much I love Shadow of the Colossus. That shit makes me cry, right? And a type of emotional storytelling and things like that, and some games just being our experience. Come on, I'm the goof ass that was like, nah, Color Physics Deluxe is tight, man. You're like, right? So don't get it twisted. I don't think I'm too big for my britches, but I remember the attitudes and behavior of people surrounding these particular titles. And I saw a great air of pretentiousness come from people that put a really sour taste in my mouth, right? When gaming is always for everybody, and I think that this I don't think these games should not exist, but I did see a set of behavior that I just did not like that became associated with these games. Let's go back to the Harry Potter shit. Like, let's go back to the Gundam thing. There's a certain set of behavior, and I was like, oh, you think you're better than someone because you've played this? It's like, no, if you had an experience, you had a deep experience with it. No, I fucking love to hear it, right? But people were going, oh, well, if you didn't like Journey, then you're not a real gamer. There was a whole period, there was a type of person and attitudes and behavior in that time. And that's the thing that I truly dislike, right? I understand what was happening in these games, and they're well designed and well executed, but they just rub me the wrong way, especially Journey. It's not that deep. I mean, granted though, it's pretty dope that you sand surfing. I mean, any game where you can sand surf is fucking sweet. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you're on some sand and you can surf on it and just absolutely eat it and just road rash your way to death, I'm fucking there for it. But Journey just felt like a pointless exercise in look how smart I am, and I just don't go there. But I've played them all. I own them all, but I just will never revisit them in any capacity. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh,
I gotta
you don't have
snap.
to be,
I
yeah.
gotta snap
don't
out
know.
half the fucking universe now. There will be more for y'all to eat.
Well, and that's the thing is like if we're talking about like we did at the very beginning of the show about community and reaction to it and the longevity of these titles or even its place in the industry, I feel the same way you do about Undertale. The community around Undertale can be very protective of their fandom, and that can be very off-putting to people on the outside. Or another example, let's talk about Last of Us 2 and the community around that and the varied takes on that. So, like, absolutely, you can absolutely spit your truth on that because a lot of people feel these way about games. There's nothing wrong about that. It's just always reminding, like, people in the chat are already talking about it too. Like, that's just the way it be. But sometimes it's just every game is going to have that fandom behind it. So find what resonates with you.
Right, exactly. And I'm certain even very popular things like, for example, Persona is very popular. I grew up on Persona, especially close to my game for this week. But the Persona fans can be incredibly irritating. I kind of try not to cram those games down people's throats because I don't want to turn them off from them. Like, this stuff here made me start managing my own behavior and taking that stuff into consideration. So I think maybe there's an overall benefit, right? I saw a type of behavior I didn't like, and I realized that I didn't want to do that to
There's
someone
a lesson
else.
there.
And so I go, this is really
Right.
fun, right? There was a lesson to be
Totally.
taken.
I've had
So
that same feeling.
yeah.
Was
I
that
might be
behavior
think about
coming
this.
from
I don't even like it. Like, was
the behavior coming from other gamers or mostly like devs? Like
Other
yeah,
gamers,
Yeah.
Yeah,
other
my
gamers,
examples were
and
definitely
journalists.
yeah, that's
Mhm. Gamers
Oh.
and journalists. It was messy.
gotcha.
More often than not, as we've seen, we're our own worst enemies.
Focus
Yeah.
end game.
No, that's true.
End game.
And
All right,
I do appreciate chatting jumping in as well with your opinion on this. So keep it up, guys. Really, really appreciate it.
No, it's
Always
super-
reminds me of extra points we need to make.
Chad is pissed at you, Oliver.
Yeah,
Good.
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 Yes.
I just stimulated your chat. I
Oh,
massaged it.
don't
You're
say
welcome.
that, dude. No, that's gonna be clipped now.
Look what you did.
Yeah, I massaged the
And there
chat.
go
There you
the
go.
viewer.
Yeah, just
Immortalized.
rub right there.
Dandy, come get your boy.
Don't worry, I just massaged it. I just moisturized it a little bit.
Well,
Wow.
on the 15th,
All right.
game that
All
requires
reviews.
no lotion, Baseball Stars 2 is our Ace's choice. And man,
Now we're
Look
fucking
at this.
talking.
is it concept art? Title art? Man, it's so cool. I love it.
Trash.
Great choice.
Look at this man's face. So big. Look at these expressions. So energy. Baseball. Ace, tell us more.
All right, so we've talked at length previously about the different types of arcade sports games that SNK and that it released on the Neo Geo over the course of the 90s and early 2000s, stuff like Street Hoop, for example. Windjammers was on Neo Geo systems. But Baseball Stars 2, this one holds a special place for me because it came out early 90s. I got to play this in the arcades. I had a blast. I'd play this and then go back home and play RBI baseball on the NES or Super Bases Loaded. But with this one, I got a question for y'all. Who here remembers the Neo Rage X emulator?
Neo Rage
Nope.
X. Yeah, that's like one of the first Neo Geo emulators, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, considering how many of you said that you didn't remember it, it'd be a shorter list to ask who still uses it.
No, not me.
Y'all wonder how I got around to working on my improving my skills at playing KOF on keyboard. Yeah, the emulators for that. But this was also one of the games that I would sit down and play with my brother because I was living with him during my first couple of years of college, and I downloaded the emulator on his computer, and I got a whole bunch of stuff on it too, like Rage of the Dragons, Baseball Stars 2, King of Fighters 2002, Samurai Showdown 4. But this one, I would actually get the chance to sit down, after my brother finishes cooking and him and the kids are eating. Once he finished up with dinner, I'd grab my little USB adapters, and I had this one where I could hook up 2 Super Nintendo controllers to it. And I would hook up the controllers, and I just have my brother come over. I'd call him over to the computer, and we'd sit down and we'd just run some innings in Baseball Stars 2. It was a great time, and it just reminded us of how much fun these arcade sports titles could be. And we would talk about how it would be awesome if we saw like an NBA Street or NBA Jam type game for baseball, because we hadn't really seen much of that before.
Man, this game, I'm watching the gameplay, and just like the way the presentation is, it's got so much personality.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I don't even like baseball this much, and I want to play this again.
Right?
Dude, if you haven't played this, James, you got to. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I played the first one, but not the second one.
I remember seeing Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball for the SNES and thinking that the same publisher had made something for the Super Nintendo rather than the Neo Geo, because the figures look so strikingly similar to the ones that they used with Ken Griffey.
Right. Oh, and yeah, Jagos brings up a very good example of another, great arcade style sports game, Neo Turf Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Neo Turf Masters was my Hot Shots Golf.
First of all, hold on. That is a wild name for golf. I didn't even know that was a golf game till you mentioned it. I thought that was some kind of gang warfare.
It's a great deal.
That's crazy.
Turf Masters is great.
Gang
too.
warfare in the 1980s.
Yeah, that's a name. That is a golf game, right?
Look at the grin on his face after catching that shot, though. He just snatched the ball at the end. He's like,
Man,
yeah, give me my cheeseburgers, damn
these
it.
guys are like, you want color in your game? We got
Yeah.
you.
This has always been the thing. It's like it's the Neo Geo effect. Anytime you go to arcades or anywhere nearby, you go to a bowling alley. This always stood out. It was just the style that was extremely unique, and that's always what I recognized with this. So I definitely played Baseball Stars too. It was one of the few carts that was on the MVS cab that we had at the bowling alley that we went to after Little League. So this and Sam Show and I think Bubble Bobble were like the three that I constantly had access to.
That's great.
For over 52 minutes, I've been hating, and the hating is going to continue until morale improves. No, actually, no, I don't have anything negative to say about this one. No, I'm in agreement. It's a fucking goated game. But here's the hate. I fucking hate baseball in real life. I hate baseball. I hate football. But there's a weird phenomenon. Again, here's the thing. There's going to be the magic, right? Absolutely, there are a few better movies than football movies. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm watching that shit. They're amazing movies. I'm like, I don't care about football. Not in the least. I don't care about watching baseball. It's the most boring shit in the world. But baseball video games are some of the most intense and up close and personal things. And Baseball Stars, the franchise, is one of the GOATs. You get in, you get invested. There are exactly 3 top tier goated baseball games that have not been beat to this day. And it's Baseball Stars 2. Super Baseball Simulator 1000, because that shit is ridiculous. And then Base Wars, because I want to be a robot and shoot a motherfucker.
Base Wars, Armored Core, and baseball combined.
You know what? That's exactly what it is. Nope, that's how you sell it. You'd be like, what is Base Wars? It's Armored Core for baseball. He's not a joke. It's not a joke. It really is. You be taking the picture to the shop and you like, no, literally upgrade my man's cannon. No, we don't pitch. We shoot the ball at people. Right? We don't steal bases. Somebody's getting murdered on that base.
Nothing better than making a cyborg explode, dude. Nothing better.
Feels good.
Oh, man. Laser
It
swords?
just explodes into a million pieces. Yes.
It's great. So no, it's one of those things. Sports games have a magical hold on the industry, and Baseball Stars 2 is one of the absolute best.
Art's so cool.
Unlocked a memory of another sports one that I remember playing on the MVS cab was Windjammers. Same thing. I just love the presentation.
That game.
Every time you say Windjammers, something happens in Ace's pants. I've known this for a decade. I'm not even sure. I'm not
myself, like what's happening.
Yes, exactly. It's not safe for work. It's not even not safe for work. Horrible things happen, but you say Windjammers, and that man just gets all swole up.
Windjammers is like, I want to take Pong to the next.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
That's his game.
Pong with frisbees and muscles.
On that note,
if you want to take basketball to the next level, this upcoming game right here, NBA Hang Time. This one.
Speaking of
sequel game?
Now I've got to find a way to keep the hate going, and I don't know how. So Nick, I need you to pitch hit this one for me, okay? Right? You're gonna have to tap in and just say something awful so we can keep the hate train going. You know what? Damn, I almost started crying. This is one of the best memories I have with my big brother. Is, the same thing. Not a sports kid. My brother is the sports kid, right? Like, no, he played basketball. My older brother's vertical leap in high school was fucking staggering. It was almost like a 5'5" vertical, right? When he played high school basketball, and I just never got this shit. But then NBA Jam and NBA Hang Time came out, and let me tell you, there's nothing fucking cooler at the time than being Bill Clinton and absolutely devastating that backboard against your brother, right? And doing that shit on the Nintendo 64. There were so many weekends that were just spent with me going over, like, because my brother's like 5-6 years older than me, and just going over to his house, right? He would come pick me up. He'd be like, "Oh, it's time." I went out and rented a fucking Nintendo 64 this weekend, or I rented a PlayStation, and we are just clowning and acting absolute fools. Like when I talk about my brother, and that's my best co-op partner I ever had. This is just one of those titles that we did that stuff on, right? We didn't just play against each other. We played alongside each other, right? We were teammates and opposing forces, and it's just the distance and time makes me appreciate that moment in our relationship more. See, I said some nice shit. Nick, help me out. Like,
Yeah, sure, no
help.
problem. I got you.
Couldn't
I got
buy
you.
bucket.
The N64 port is trash.
Yes, thank you.
Terrible
Oof.
AI. The AI was absolutely awful, like frustratingly difficult. I remember the controls being pretty muddy too, but the graphics, dude. Oh man, the arcade was definitely by far the best, but that made the 64 one that much more like subpar, and the sound design was awful too. But yeah, just terrible AI, dude. Poor ports. It was only really fun in the arcade.
I'm
There you
gonna
go.
add-
He didn't lie.
This game, I mean, other than arcade, of course.
I say I'm gonna add the other bad thing is you couldn't beat Michael Jordan in the game.
Well, that would break the game.
I would just pick 2 Michael Jordans at that point.
No, you have a point. I mean, you could pick Bulls Jordan, you could pick Wizards Jordan. The
Well,
game
that
would
was the
just work.
OG because of the era. Because Hang Time was 96, man. That was peak
Yeah.
power.
True.
If you look at the
Other than
rosters
NBA
too for the
TE,
original,
this was also the first game that allowed you to kind of put in like cheats, like at the versus screen. So
Mhm.
you could do like
Infinite Turbo,
Infinite Turbo,
Egghead.
or always jamming, or always on fire. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this pretty much led to like what happened with Mortal Kombat 3, where you could use the little symbols to put in codes on the versus screen. Same.
That's
Same.
a midway thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did
Exactly.
that with NFL Blitz also.
yeah, if you could actually with this game get Ed Boon in it.
Yeah, you get the devs in here. I think the arcade version had Raiden, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion also. So like there was like there's a lot of Easter eggs in this game. So, yeah. Yeah, well, that's a good memory. I love that. That's good to hear.
I'm so proud of Nick. I'm so proud of you for just coming down like a man. Look, you came down on that bitch. You
Like I
just,
said,
pow, get out of here.
game recognizes game, and
There you go.
It did have some shit ports.
He's right. Like that's the beautiful thing. I'm thinking, yeah, no, he's right. Like them heads they weren't attached right to those bodies. It was some generic shit.
Oh,
You'd be playing
especially
as chicks.
The
Yeah,
PlayStation one? Yeah,
Board
the
this
PlayStation
game.
one's rough. Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't
they're
get me wrong.
rough.
It's not like I disliked the game. It's just one of those things where you play it in the arcade and then you get it for your home console and you're like, what is this? Like,
Yep.
hang time at home.
That happens. Happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, that's
We're equal opportunity haters here. All right, and none of y'all forget it. Like we hate, but we try to be fair with that hate.
well, good. Well, 417, Jace picked the game off for this day, and I would actually like to know what the panel thinks. So I'm gonna throw the Japanese box art on the screen here first. And we got ourselves what is it in Japanese? Because in English it's just what? Renegade.
oh, this is Kunio-kun.
Mhm. Pretty much.
OG, the first one, right?
So that leads right into I'm just gonna read what I wrote down because the thought was there, and that's exactly what I wanted to say. Without even knowing it as a kid, I was about to play the first Kunio-kun game in the series, and I eventually would just fall in love with that entire series. River City Ransom, the like of those things, Technos type beat 'em up style games. And brawlers were one of my favorite games growing up, and this was kind of the entrance to all of that. When other kids were playing Double Dragon, I was playing Renegade. And then we can't forget the terrible but awesome repeating rockabilly theme in this game as well. So, but yeah, this was my introduction to Kunio before I even knew what Kunio was. So,
Right on.
This man has immaculate fucking taste, and we need to keep him forever. We're gonna put his ass
He
in
just
cold
transferred what he
storage.
picked earlier. He's immaculate taste.
I
Giveth and taketh away.
got Renegade, guys.
No, but I got a history moment on
go
this
ahead.
one real quick. I can't tell you what the properly translated name of this game is because it was always so weird to me. I just happened to remember it, and it's basically like hot-blooded tough guy Kunio. is what it translates out to.
Sounds awesome.
Like what? But you know, we just covered that the man that spearheaded that, he just passed away, and that was really rough, right? But I mean, right here, for like, especially for our younger viewers who come to our channels and watch, when we talk about this is where brawling started, like in a serious way. Like, so many of these tropes and mechanics, they still persist today, right? Like, you can tell a bad brawler based on whether or not you have to be on the exact same plane as the enemy to hit them. But here's what's also true: this game is one of the OG child hating games. Oh, you can game over in fucking seconds. You see how homie just got thrown in the water there? That's you.
Yeah.
You get thrown out there too, and that's it. You done.
That's
right?
one life. That's one life.
And Jace, tell me about the last stage, like in the hotel. Isn't it like some absolute nonsense?
Dude,
like,
they just keep
trying
coming
to
at
figure
you.
out-
They just
They
keep
just
coming
keep coming at you,
and
and
take like a good 7 to 8 like solid like jump kicks. It's pretty
there
bad.
it is.
Yup.
And
Yeah.
and you get your ass beat by a woman that's like 8 feet tall. No, it's, you know, that snoo shit
This
from
brings me back to
Futurama.
so much, trauma and rage. Oh,
See, there you go.
I've never
Told you,
seen a
no.
pissed off 9-year-old.
Angry tears.
The hate continues.
Told y'all they hated kids back in the day, and we
Yup.
need them to start hating kids a little bit more still. You're like, you know what?
Nintendo hard. Text
That's
It
Miss
is hard.
Jagos knows the name. That's Miss Suzu. That's amazing.
See?
Never
No, that's
forget.
her thing. Oh no,
I thought
she's
it
huge.
was
She
Mr.
beat
K
me with
in
a
the
purse.
English version, and Mr. Cuneo, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, Mr. K. I never realized that. That's pretty sweet.
Me either until watching this back. Yeah.
I got a confession too. When I was a kid, I thought the character Cuneo, like the character model, I thought he was Lou Diamond Phillips. Not gonna lie, look at him.
Yeah, no, I see it.
That's
I was like, Lou Diamond Phillips got a fighting game? That's crazy. You know, so yeah, that's
He
me.
really had good hair in that time, didn't he?
He did. And I was like,
he was
man,
immaculate.
specifically what's the stand and deliver? Specifically his hair in stand and deliver.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was gonna say Edward James Olmos, but that's not.
Or when he was Richie Valens, right? Or
Okay,
no,
yeah.
was it Richie Valens with
Mhm.
La Bamba?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one. Yeah.
Oh, this is the old motherfucker podcast. Okay.
I'm gonna.
You finally realized.
La Bamba.
Yes.
And now
And
no
we
shoes
called it
from
Renegade.
1987.
Yeah, this is the Spectrum. What 48128? Is that what it says? 128.
Dude, that's
Oh,
a badass
yes.
cover too.
Imagine the
That
game.
is clean.
The name of the game.
Imagine.
Yeah, that cover goes hard. I mean, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. That goes harder than the NES cover, in my opinion. So
They wanted to sell it.
it worked. It worked. Sometimes, you know, that's how you get the people to buy the game back in the day, is just the cover. So, you know, and speaking of
Right.
cover, we're gonna cover this specific game, Portal 2. I think this one was yours on the 18th.
It was. That's something I wanted to bring up as well because, dear Lord, 15 years ago when this game came out,
Shut
it did
up.
not feel like that long ago.
Shut up.
Again, feeling old.
Yeah.
15 years since Portal 2. I feel so much older after just like reading that on my script over here. It's just like it hurts. My back just got tweaked
Wow.
through that sentence. How good is Portal 2? Well, it's considered to be one of the best games of all time. Of course, Oliver hates it. It grew up. It grew from a great proof of concept from the first Portal, and really expanded from that. The second one added a bunch of new mechanics like gels and light bridges, but it also added a fully realized co-op campaign, which was something that stood out to me because we always had people come into the store again asking about co-op games, especially couch co-op, and this is one that you could actually do that with when you were playing the console versions. So I had the PC version when it first came out. We were talking about relevancy and community earlier. Portal 2 is a great example. I brought it up before, and No Shoes as well was chatting about it. But this game is still relevant today. like I said, we always recommended it to couples that came in. It's a great way to test your communication as you're trying to like solve these puzzles, physics-based puzzles with your significant other, or even a friend you don't like, or with Oliver. But it's a great game, and I make no allusion to the fact that I'm a massive Half-Life fan. I've got my Half-Life 2 shirt on from launch still. There's so many holes in it. But I am not the biggest puzzle game fan. I did like the first Portal. I wasn't sure if I'd like be able to put the time into Portal 2 and really appreciate it like a lot of fans did for it, but I ended up loving it. And I enjoyed it so much more being a Half-Life fan because it added a bunch of mystery and lore to the universe. When you found out it was tied together, they really leaned into that. The devs at Valve, so it gave a lot of extra like fun factor to me playing through it. So I don't know about you guys if you have any stories. This was huge when it came out, absolutely. So I had to highlight it, but absolutely the co-op aspect of it and having to then work with someone else through these puzzles. And again, the writing, actual characterization is just that much better in the second one.
No.
Allow me to start hating as fast as possible at the speed of sound.
Yes, if
No,
you
he's
spin up those tires.
right. I'm spitting it as fast as possible. Yes, I absolutely fucking hate Portal for the exact same shit I talked about before. Like, no, it's the same thing. It's people like you could only hear the cake is a lie so many times before you want to fucking hit somebody with an eraser. You know that good ass eraser from back in elementary school, right? We're like, yeah, you like play with the chalk and all that, but when that shit hit, you're like, ow! Like, no, I just want to just whip that shit at somebody. It's like, we get it. There was a joke, but now you've played the fucking joke out. But at the same time, I can tell you, nope. Portal 1 and 2 are absolute fucking masterpieces in actual game design that should be played. If you want to understand video games and you want to be a designer, you need to play these games because you literally in the game have to do what was the designer's name? Kim Swift?
Mhm.
Yeah. You got to think outside the box, right? You're going to have to come to terms with some ideas real quick. You're going to have to come to terms with the idea that you could fall infinitely. Like, you need to do that stuff. And to be fair, here's a completely positive thing that I can say about a company that I don't like. Everyone knows I don't like Valve. The integration, the tight integration for the co-op for Portal 2 was very good because I played it on PS3 while my buddy was playing on PC. And we got through that whole co-op campaign. And it's a great follow-up. But nothing pisses me off more than Still Alive completely eclipsing a much better song called Still Alive from a little game called Mirror's Edge because a bunch of fucking touristy ass, not actually playing games people found a set of fucking memes and there were goddamn hipsters who were like, I play video games. The cake is a lie. It's like, no, your cake is an ass. Get away from me before I fucking send you back to the Flintstone quarry where you belong. Like, I don't know what that means. But no.
And people wonder why gaming culture tends to turn away so many people that just happen to walk into things like this or walk into our store. Literally, the first thing I thought of was, James, there's multiple times where we have, for lack of a better word, just for this example, normies come in and want to buy something for their significant other. They don't play a lot of games. And then there's this other person wearing a trench coat in the corner that drops that kind of knowledge. And immediately it just makes me start sweating as they leave and I make no purchase or like no sale. Like, that's my first thought, is that dude in the corner, like, about to drop some knowledge on this
I know.
normie.
I'm telling you, I had to get it out. And here's the thing,
Brother.
I don't say that shit. I don't
That's
say that
normally
shit all the
me,
time.
so I'm just glad
But
Oliver's taking the fire tonight.
But that's how I feel inside. That's all. I let people, because this is important. This is super important. You also have to shut the fuck up and let people have their fun, right? Like,
And
they're
this
gonna
is
have
why
fun
I
with
have kept quiet.
it, right? Because it's one of those things. You can hold two opposing opinions at the same time. You can go, the culture around this is annoying. This is an achievement, right? Portal 1 and 2 are absolute achievements, right? And Valve was very smart to acquire that when they saw the potential and the idea and bring that into the fold. You know, this was part of the orange box. That was a great way to get it in front of people's face. But people just that
It's like
rotten behavior.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like finding it's like finding a perfectly cooked steak wrapped in shit.
Still
It
shit.
is. There's still shit involved. You'd be like, damn, you cooked that to perfection, but
All right.
man, no, I
Well,
guess I'm a hater tonight.
Any other final takes for this hating week of Memory Card Chronicles?
Nope.
Man even hated his game that he brought up.
I hated my own shit. This is it. This is the haters ball.
That's your weekend.
World
Memory
needs
Card
more hate,
Chronicles,
man.
guys.
Here.
The most negative week in video games. Well done, fellas.
All right, before we jump on to some quick bites, I would like to share some news with all y'all because we got some new merch coming up, or it is not coming up, it's already there. What am I talking about?
Look at this, y'all.
Let me get everybody in here. Where is everybody at? Everyone's image disappeared. Hold on. There we go.
We got snapped. Oh,
there we go.
No, we did. We got brought back.
Oh, there he went again.
You see one? What the heck? Let's go up here then. There
Anybody else
All
did
right.
me?
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
All right. You know, of course, there's always going to be an ad read, but hey, we're excited to reveal the newest product in the Gamer Quotient store, which is called the Gamer Quotient Gamer/Masterpiece poster. There's two variants, but yeah, real quick before we continue, I need you to put on something new in the Gamer Quotient shop. We just dropped this one here. This isn't just merch. This is a statement piece, guys. I got a lot of good feedback on this design. We're talking bold, high energy, straight up main character energy for your setup here. Hang this up in your room, your office, your streaming space, and it instantly tells people, yeah, I take my Gamer Quotient seriously. Damn straight. This is the kind of poster that belongs right behind your monitor, in your content background, or in front and center of your battle station. Actually, I put one right over there for this wall. So whether you're grinding, ranked, streaming, or just leveling up in life, playing with intention, this is the vibe you want on your wall. So if you're ready to upgrade your space, grab yours right now on gamerquotient-shop.fourthwall.com and check it out. So next time, let me pull up the page here for you guys here. I think I had it shared earlier.
Man, those fourth wall URLs are a mouthful. Let me tell you.
They're everywhere. We don't have a call this a domain yet for the store, but check this out. This is the two variants that we'll have here. This is the gamer poster, which is very
reminds me of something. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we'll go to the other one, which is the masterpiece one that comes with the frame as well. So check it out. What's your Gamer Quotient? Share that with everybody you like. Hey, fantastic! Design your battle station around it, just like this image right here. It's pretty sweet. So awesome. All right. Well,
I bugged him so much to sell those. I did. I did. Everybody could tell you I did. I was like, oh, he finally he's got a moment. He's having a moment here. I was like, this is fucking art. This is actual composition. It's really, really well put together. It is guaranteed. If we were to take this image, and I swear to you, 100% or your money back guaranteed. If you get in your time machine with this poster and you go back to 1991 and people come to your house and they see that on your wall, they are going to beat your ass for being a nerd. I can't. They're going to fucking wreck you. They're going to go, you fucking dork, right? Nerds! No, so that's how it's good, because you know what? That's just who we are. Because we don't care. We don't fucking care, right? How many monitors you got in front of you? Roll call right now. I have at least 2 monitors in front of me and a goddamn iPod, so that makes 3. 2 right there, and Jace.
Does
Nick,
an ultra wide count as 2 monitors?
That's like
yes.
premium.
Yeah, then I have 3.
Right.
Not trying to flex. Honest question.
No. You know why? Because who needs that much fucking screen unless you're in a cockpit? This ain't Star Trek.
I need that
Yes,
much
it
space
is.
in order to use more effectively.
Video editing, it's really, yeah.
Right? Our ass is sitting over here thinking it's Minority Report. We just waiting for the gloves to be doing that shit in Vogue and that poster is gonna get your
I have
ass
some
beat,
extra
and that's how I know it's
glasses.
a
We're
good
getting
goddamn
there,
poster.
so.
Okay, if
Right? And someone's like, I can't
if
believe
anyone
he's
is
saying
new
this.
to the podcast, just know that Oliver's not always like this. There's been some spice this week. We just chose the worst possible
Yeah,
games.
it's pretty
Yeah,
strong.
we chose just the
It's
worst
pretty
week.
strong.
He's been holding it
Yeah,
in.
it's just like how we had that really bad week where the industry was awful, right? It's kind of Dr. Jekyll,
It's just
Mr.
Jekyll and
Hyde kind of
Jekyll.
thing. It was just the fucking worst. I'm like, you know what? The industry's doing okay, so let
It's
me
bad.
be
I'm bad.
Oh boy.
Well,
bad.
as
I
what was
love
the
the
guy's
spice.
name
I'm
in
here for it.
what was the guy's name in Jurassic Park? The guy that like had the
I gotta
bottom
be nice all
smoking?
day. I gotta feel the spice. So
Mr. Arnold.
Ned, right? The guy that was like
Nedry.
Nedry. Well, but
Yeah,
just
Nedry.
no, it wasn't Nedry. It was Sam Jackson. He's gonna say, "Hold on to your butts," because we got some
No, that was Mr.
probably
Arnold.
some bad news coming up here on Quick Bites. Let's go. All right, Nick, take it away.
Yeah, it's impossible to hate when it's just headlines that are hateful in any way. I chose better. Anyway, Quick Bites and Rumor Mills, the Gaming Academy's rapid fire roundup of the biggest stories, updates, and whispers in the gaming world from this last week. Because an informed gamer can actually understand what is happening in the industry around us, or why the haters are in effect this week. So for the news, let's hit it. Let's kick off the news this week by covering what is happening over at Rockstar. Over the last 2 days, we learned that the company was affected by a data breach by a group called Shiny Hunters, who accessed the data via a third-party platform. After demanding Rockstar pay $200,000 or face leaks, it turns out that the game dev didn't really need to worry about the threat. What everyone got to see was just financial records and player numbers, but those interesting tidbits are why we're talking about it today in our news. Cue me saying once again that no matter how you feel about microtransactions, people be buying anyway. GTA Online has about 10 million active weekly users still. Red Dead Redemption Online has about 1 million. 35% of GTA Online players are still on PS4 and Xbox One, while GTA Online's biggest player base is PS5 and PC is at the bottom of the list. Rockstar makes about $7.3 million a week from shark cards, $2.3 million from GTA Plus subscriptions, $500 million from GTA Online. In fact, shark cards made about $5 billion in 10 years for the company. Not only that, but it was revealed that in a single transaction, someone spent $1 million on shark cards in GTA Online. PC spending, funny enough, isn't even 30% of Xbox One spending, which is the second lowest. US players themselves spent more than all other countries in the top 10 combined. So what did this leak even end up doing to Rockstar or Take-Two? Well, Insider Gaming is reporting today that the ransom absolutely had the opposite effect, as stock prices for Take-Two jumped the company's overall value roughly $1 billion.
God,
Nerd.
Task failed successfully. How's that hating go over there?
wow.
Boy, I got some shit to say when we get to the end of this, 'cause we're gonna have a moment.
If you're,
We're gonna have a
well, I
moment.
appreciate you waiting to get all that hate just bottled up for us. If you're familiar with PC component and pre-built PC company NZXT, then you may remember their Flex PC rental program that rolled out in 2024. That program was ripped apart, most notably by Gamers Nexus, who did a deep dive early on and found that specs on PCs were misleading, customer support functions were broken, and prices would jump without warning during checkout. In fact, that expose in particular went as far as saying the program was a complete and utter scam. Well, today, NZXT and its partner Fragile agreed to settle the class action lawsuit brought against it and against the quote bait and switch program, and they'll pay a 3.45 million amount for that settlement. Also, some customers will be able to keep and own certain PCs, and a 1.45 million cash fund will be allocated to pay out customers. So interesting end to that little saga for the last couple years. Yes, more dev team layoffs, this time from Chinese dev studio Lenzi, the team behind 2025 Souls like Wuchang Fallen Feathers. We talked about this on Discord a little bit. Reports are claiming that the dev team has been completely disbanded after the game's director left to form a new studio. Now, one report behind this says that the director was fired, but a follow-up from SavePoint Gaming points to them just leaving and then seeing the dev team dissolved afterwards. Either way, it looks like Wuchan is a one and done project. Forbes writer Paul Tassi has reported that Bungie's Marathon has likely a budget over $250 million, and that is excluding maintenance costs and upcoming content. The article actually also dived into the game's player base, where the majority were found to be on Steam, with 70% of players being on PC for the title. There's still plenty of players online with concurrent counts on Steam, still hovering around the 26K mark. That's actually what it was right before we kicked off the podcast. I went to check. And Bungie has stated they plan to support the game for many years and are in it for the long haul. So the game is still growing and getting updates, but the ultimate question will be, will it survive or will it be shut down prematurely by Sony? Amazon's Luna is moving forward with its approach to discontinue support for third-party game stores, and that's actually going to start on June 10th of this year. So that means that the EA, Ubisoft, and GOG stores, as well as the Ubisoft Plus and Jackbox subscriptions that were available on Luna, will all end and be unavailable at that time. Marvel Rivals will be getting a new PvE mode with Season 7.5. Blood Hunt is arriving on April 23rd, and NetEase's latest dev diary included info that covered a new hero progression system, a new trait system, 4 boss battles, a brand new loot system, and an all-new storyline. Also expect new theme costumes as well. They're doing a Hellfire Gala event the same day, and the first phase of Path to Doomsday is actually starting at the end of this month. So I know we have a couple people on the panel here who play Marvel Rivals, so it's worth talking about. We have some community members that are fans as well.
That might actually get me to jump in.
Yep. They're still supporting it. It's still super popular. If you're talking about skins too, like there's even more beyond that. Definitely check out their post about it if you want to get more info. An internal message from Xbox CEO Asha Sharma was obtained by The Verge, and the report is shining light on the fact that the new head admits that the service isn't the best deal for players. Quote, Game Pass is central to gaming value on Xbox. It's also clear that the current model isn't the final one, Sharma wrote via The Verge. Short-term, Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need a better value equation. Long-term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around. Don't forget, it's less than a year ago that Microsoft announced that the Ultimate tier pricing was going up 50%, and we saw Game Pass PC monthly price also increase. So on the back of that, now we're starting to see, hey, maybe it's not as good of a value as we want it to be anymore. And they're very aware of that, which is a positive sign. We really don't know where Xbox could be going with the service next. There's been claims all over the place right now about how there are potentially new Game Pass tiers that are going to be coming out, and a bunch of other noise around whether or not Call of Duty will even be available on the service when they launch. Especially on that last point, it isn't too surprising after hearing how much money the company has lost by having it on Game Pass. James, I think you had brought that up in Discord as well. A pretty significant chunk of money was lost by having it on the service. Well, if you were hoping for less extraction shooters, that's too damn bad. a Bloomberg report released last week dropped, and according to 4 current and former Epic employees, the company is planning a Disney-themed Arc Raiders-like shooter. The report also details how Epic is really pinning their hope on a...
What in the Kingdom Hearts?
Thanks, Ace, for that one. The report also details how Epic is really pinning their hope of a Fortnite comeback on this partnership. After all, Disney did invest $1.5 billion in the company 2 years ago. However, details surrounding the project paint a picture of unrealistic release timelines and a product that didn't light the office on fire in its last internal review. So we'll see what happens. It's not looking great, but yeah, when you see that at the top, you're like, a Disney-themed Arc Raiders-like shooter. That doesn't sound like something the community wanted, but I guess we'll see.
I just
Level
think
5.
on fire, but I'll leave that alone.
Somebody wanted it.
Hold on, Oliver's taking notes for his hating. Just give him a moment. We're almost there. Level 5 revealed that the Professor Layton in the New World of Steam will be available on the PS5 and Steam alongside the Switch 1 and Switch 2 releases. No official date has been set yet, but the company has detailed a lot more about the game via their recent live stream. So cool news. I know there's a lot of Professor Layton fans that have been waiting for a new game, and now we know it's not just going to be on Switch, because that was kind of the question when they announced that game. I do have movie news. A couple quick points on movie news. The Legend of Zelda live action movie has wrapped filming, so that's a good one. Another Bloodborne movie is in the works, if you didn't know. So we're getting a second one, but this one is planned to be animated, and it will have content creator Jacksepticeye there to help develop it. So take what you will from that, but we're getting more content. Pre-production for a Helldivers movie is actually set to begin, and it will be starring Jason Momoa, and we can get it in 2027. So, before we get to the rumor mill, let's cross one off the board real quick. A couple days ago, rumors started swirling about the potential of Fable being delayed internally over at Playground Games. Well, the official Fable X account has put those claims to rest by responding to a fan post and reiterating that autumn 2026 is the planned release window. So, good news for fans, not good news for my wallet at the tail end of 2026, especially with GTA 6 coming out. But that's a good news. That's a good news. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Fable. I'm glad it's not being delayed. When I first heard that rumor, I was a little scared. Rumor mill, as always, grain of salt, guys. Don't take it as gospel. Definitely, it's just here to create some conversation. Maybe get a little hating from No Shoes himself while we're here. But due to the nature of this story beat, it isn't official, so it is in our rumor mill section. Thanks to IGDB, story details for Metro 2039, the next mainline title in the Metro series, have leaked. Originally, the game was planned to be revealed at the Xbox First Look showcase. If you want to check out the details yourself, head over to places like InsiderGaming.com. But 4A Games and Deep Silver did unveil the title yesterday. The author of the original book is already saying that this is going to be way darker than anything we've seen yet from the game. So if you're a fan of Metro, this sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting and very dark. A post on Instagram that was swiftly deleted teased a new Insomniac Spider-Man project, including the face of Peter Parker himself, Ben Jordan, who is the face model for the game character. He was in mocap and dropped a "if you know, you know" post on Instagram with a spider emoji. So obviously there are a lot of fans of this franchise, so I thought it was worth mentioning on the pod. So people are kind of clamoring after the if I remember right, there were some pretty good cliffhangers at the end of Spider-Man 2, so people are definitely looking forward to a third one. Leaker Charlie Intel, who has been marked as reliable by Insider Gaming, has claimed that Modern Warfare 4 will release October 2026. We'll see if that comes to pass. After 2 Black Ops in a row, it might be time to go back to Modern Warfare. For a pair of Nintendo-based rumors, Insider Nate the Hate is back and is busy. First, he shared news of a potential new Star Fox game that will be revealed this month and launched this summer. Then Nate has claimed that the next 3D Mario game won't be released until 2027.
Okay.
The final rumor that I have here. What's up?
No, just really quickly, that the announcement or the potential announcement for that new Star Fox game, like this summer. I mean, yeah, I know Mario Galaxy just dropped and everything, that Mario Galaxy movie, but that's still some pretty quick turnaround.
Pretty quick. Absolutely. Final rumor that is just one that started blowing up like in my group chat this last day with some of my friends I play games with. To set the stage, in 2025, Naughty Dog studio head Neil Druckmann did reveal that another game separate from Intergalactic was being worked on by the studio. So a claim by Alexander in Gamer on X stated that the game in question is Uncharted. So as dubious as that may seem, it's just someone just kind of throwing that out. Uncharted Lost Legacy's director did actually recently tease that a new project was being worked on, and it really makes it seem like it was a new Uncharted with what he posted. So I'm super excited for that. I do want a new Uncharted. I want to see where that goes. So I hope this rumor is true, but again, it's still a rumor, so we'll see what ends up happening. That's the news and rumors for this week, guys. Oliver, hate away, No Shoes. Once he gets done, if you want to rebut, whatever you got.
Okay.
Oh no!
Here comes the hate. Here it comes. first and foremost, how the fuck do you actually do the transaction for 1 million shark cards? For $1 million, look, listen. I don't give a fuck what platform you're on. I don't care if you're playing on the Xbox. I don't care if you play it on the fucking PlayStation. I don't give a fuck if you're on Steam. Look, that's red flags going off. Like someone's calling your ass. Like, did you actually just fucking buy $1 million in fake
Sure
money?
did. Paid for it.
And they go,
Doge.
yes, right? Like, no, you gotta have special clearance for that. They'll lock your card. They lock my card if I spend more than $800 at
Same.
once, right? A brother gotta buy a PC in pieces. I gotta go to the same fucking store in the same fucking city, right? Heaven forbid the next town over's got a good deal. They're like, woo, hey, you don't normally shop here, buddy. I'm like, God damn, I can drive 50 miles away. So no, that just sounded weird to me, and I wanted to criticize that person because I'm
Hey man, they don't understand how us poors
in
live.
his pocket.
He's floats in his pocket.
Second on the hate list, the Disney hero shooter.
Here we go.
Look,
He's excited. Don't lie.
if and here's the thing, I fucking hate hero shooters. See, I hate, but
That's Elsa. He's in.
if I can bust a cap in someone's ass as Woody and say there's a snake in my boot, I might be in. Like, you know what? I'm fucking
You
stupid.
just
like
found the
that.
silver lining. Who is this guy?
Money talks. Money talks.
Right. If I could do that, it's like, you know what? But it's
I
gonna
hope
fail.
they take notes.
It's gonna fail.
Oliver bought 5 copies.
I remember Disney Infinity. They were like, we can do Amiibo too. Yeah, sure you can. You abandoned that shit. I have nothing negative to say about the Bloodborne animated movie. No matter how bad it goes, and I can't believe I'm saying this, no matter how bad it goes, and remember, we lived through the Yui Bowl era. We saw so much shit get turned into a movie. and he just kept getting away with it. But what's important was it means that Sony acknowledges that Bloodborne exists for the people who like Bloodborne, because I sure fucking don't. There you go. But I love the plot. I love the lore of Bloodborne. I hate the fucking game. But it means the odds of you getting a remaster of that Bloodborne to fix all of the things that caused me to hate that game go up. So I saw somebody point this out on Twitter. They were like, every time they go to make a movie or extend a property, they tend to re-release the game about the same time. They try to double dip, and it's like, So, if you like Bloodborne, you should actually be cheering this on and hope that Jacksepticeye does a good job producing, because I did catch that one. And then I had one tiny rumor myself. We're not going to get too deep into it. Well, I'm not going to, but so what's happened with Apple over just the past the past month, those sales on that MacBook Neo that I talked about last week are going so fucking well that they're now running out of that chip, the A18 Pro chip, period. Right? Like, they don't even have it for phones. They're just going, oh my God, everyone's buying this. So there's a rumor going around that there's a very good chance they're going to release the sequel to that product they launched this year, because they're going to use the A19 Pro that's in the iPhone 17, and with that is going to come a whole bunch of extended functionality, because they really are just taking the logic board from the phone and just gluing that shit in there with a hot glue gun and Lisa Frank sparkles and shit, right? And somehow this works, right? Like, it does. It just fucking works. I'm like, this Trapper Keeper is tight, man. I'll never lose it. You ain't losing that shit. Like, no, but the current MacBook Neo runs off the A18 Pro, has 8 gig of RAM, starts at 256 gigabytes of storage, right? And the rumor is that the MacBook Neo 2, again, could happen this year, is going to have the A19 Pro, which will have 12 gigabytes of RAM. That's just how that chipset comes, right? And start at 512 storage. So it might have a price increase, but there's a clear demand, and we all know it's coming. It's just now they're trying to pin down when. They already know what the specs are. It's just shit's moving fast behind this thing that I recommended for trying to game as cheap as possible if you got to get into an ecosystem. But, you know, I just wanted to point that out because it's really surprising to me as a man who has long hated Apple, yet I own more Apple shit in my house than anything else. I think I have more Apple shit than I do the same name brand socks. I don't even fucking know who makes my socks anymore. I don't know. I don't know. It exists, right? It's just a thing. I wish that was a joke. Like, no, I've got all this Apple shit. I'm like, I fucking hate Apple. It's like, do you? Do you? You goofy fuck. And I'm like, I tolerate Apple. Right? I'm just sitting here looking at my shit going, your black ass is talking too loud. Oh no, my timer's on an iPhone. Like, I can't get away from it. So I accept it. Like, it's a thing. But just, if I find out anything else, I'll make sure to let you guys know. I'm going to keep tabs on this one because it's a very interesting development in a very interesting time where, as Nick was discussing, we've got bad economic problems, just generally speaking, you know, the world over. And I even made a comment myself on Twitter about this, where I was like, you know, gaming is starting to lose its value proposition. That you know, it's the best bang for your buck. It's getting a little dicey out there in the streets. That's all. And so, you know, this caught my attention, and it's like, you know, I'm going to keep watching it for people. That's all.
Jace, you got anything? No shoes? Commentary?
He's got a nod is what he's got. He's like, yeah, no, it's getting hard out there in the streets. He has no shoes, people. I don't know what my socks are. He doesn't have any fucking shoes. It's desperate times. Help us.
Because I didn't want Oliver to feel weird that he
found this
know
earlier.
what kind of
Okay,
socks he had.
you're talking about desperate times, and then you pull up a now higher.
Well, no, this is relatable.
Man, we are just on point tonight, boys.
This is relatable to what Dick said about leaking the Spider-Man.
Professor Layton is overrated. Arc Raider sucks. Helldivers, who even knows about Helldivers? I didn't even know they made a first Bloodborne movie. Who fucking cares about the second one? What else?
Hey.
Not Uncharted could have ended logically at 3. Lost Odyssey was dope though. That's all.
Oh, as someone who has a daughter now, like Uncharted 4 ending was excellent.
Oh yeah.
It changes your perspective.
It does.
The hate was manufactured. I
Maybe
promise.
I know. Well, I saw you shaking your head when I mentioned Uncharted. I knew that we were the same, but you just felt you felt the hate flow through you from Master Oliver over there.
The panel has to get
I'm too close to him. I'll just scoot over here.
Right? You know, he didn't sit in the back of the class with me and hating, and he didn't pick it up. Like, it rubbed off on him.
Now we was the hater.
Yeah.
I caught up at recess.
Do it. Yeah.
Panel's got to come together and get Nick Pragmata.
Where did James go? Oh, there he is, right there.
Am I not there?
You're not on my
covered by the live button.
Oh, okay. What? Really?
My ass better find something positive to say.
This just correlates to what he was saying about the Spider-Man leak earlier. You know, seems like they're looking to build and are hiring people to make a new game over here. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and Insomniac's working on a couple different titles right now, it seems like. So I mean, like I said, Spider-Man 3 is not a huge leap. That's why rumors like that are pretty credible. But when like the face model does a mocap post and says, if you know, you know, it's like, okay, well, that's a little bit more obvious. And it was deleted right away. So it was just like, okay, maybe that shouldn't have come out kind of thing. So
it's like,
it's
like, who do you think you are, Tom Holland? Spoiled shit.
Right. You're not allowed.
But I do want to share.
Just giving the whole thing away.
Hold on. Oh yeah, Tom Holland be leaking everything.
Somebody gag that man.
Now the good news is I'm gonna lean on no shoes for my segment, because you know I like the hating vibe that we've got going in the middle of fucking April. Now if everyone's like, man, that was a weird episode, y'all just some turbo haters, I have an excuse. We all have.
How did I get roped into this?
See, right there, hating. And the caption beneath that shit is tax season. We all had to file our fucking taxes. It's a rough time, and I'm taking it out on every pixel I
There you
see.
go.
So we're gonna roll into my Watchdog
Let's
segment,
go.
um, to to make sure that we have room to really let our guests really get more airtime in here, because I feel like an asshole. Um, but there's a couple of titles, and I definitely want his takes on those. So leading into my segment here, um, sometimes we run thin at the margins, like I'm talking about, like when it's tax fucking season
You
and
just went
putting
right
gas in the
under the
tank.
gas right away there. What
I
little
I
breaks
just
we
went right
had.
into it. I had 3 words of break. That's what I had. So putting gas in the tank, or making sure we eat this week, or making sure that we pay our fucking taxes so we don't get caponed, right? Those things take priority. We have to make the responsible choice to be adults and take care of business first and have fun afterwards when we can afford to do so. When the cash is tight, but you still need to have fun, I try to find games for you that are a great value for the money that you spend. This week, here's some great games that I found on sale. Now, because I said that they're great, by default they all fucking suck somehow. So we're gonna roll into it. I kept the list shorter this week, just pointing out some of these aren't actually great games, but they're very interesting games, right? I'll give them that. They have a certain degree of originality to them that I think are that merit worth looking at. And I thought they were pretty fun, right? But your mileage may vary. So starting off with the Xbox as usual, um, this one is Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. I played that many years ago. It's on sale right now for $7.99. Um, it's so fucking silly. It comes up short. It does come up short, but everything that you do up to the end of the game is really interesting, because you monkeys, it's monkey simulator. That now, like, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. It's just like, hey, hang out in the fucking trees, and you're gonna ook and scratch your ass and eat bugs off people, and you're like, this is the dopest shit of all time, son, right? But it's a really good simulator, because when you have to really learn the mechanics of, imagine being like imagine a Tarzan game and they really punished you hard on the vine swinging mechanics.
Mm.
That same thing happens in this game. If you fall, it's bad, right? And it's like almost like any other simulator type title, like typical Peter Molyneux games, where it's like, oh, there's real consequences for the things that you do. There are very real consequences for keeping this little tribe together and growing and watching their brains evolve. Like, you literally have to form their neuron connections, and you have to do that through experimenting and helping them connect ideas. It was really interesting when I played it, and it wasn't ever an expensive game. I think it was $29 when it launched. It's worth $8 for fucking Ape Escape. That's really it. It's Ape Escape, but for real. Like, no, like, that's it. I thought it was neat. Now, the next game I have on the list is for the PS5. This is one of the more expensive games that I've recommended people. A lot of people, they flinch when they hear this game, but Days Gone Remastered
It's dope.
is 20,
Love it.
right? And
Love
I
it.
fucking loved it. I
Yeah.
love that shit.
Slow
Come on.
start. Slow start.
It starts slow, but Sam Witwer, every time he shows up, that boy gives 110%, man. Whatever he does. And the PS5 build is superb.
It's
It's
beautiful.
it's a wonderful build, but
The
let me put
voice
the hate
acting
on
is
there.
super bad too. So, but it's incredible. We'll just say that.
But we put some hate on there because that PS4 build ran like dog ass on a PS4
Yeah.
Pro, and the real story is that that game never should have came out on the PS4. It was too big for the platform that it was on. And I did enjoy that later on, after that time passed and they put out this remaster, people revisited it instead of just hating right out the gate. They were like, "Wait a minute, this wasn't that bad. Why did we pass this over?" I appreciated that the conversation on it got restarted again. That needs to happen with Mad Max, because
Yes.
that game is. If you make it a movie tie-in game, right? That was the actual physical video game equivalent of the GoldenEye Nintendo 64 music for the pause screen. That music has no business being that fucking good for a game based on an IP. Come
Talking
on,
about
they
the
were
PS4 Mad Max.
yeah, the PS4
Sitting
and the
on my shelf
Xbox.
in cellophane. Still haven't played it.
Oh
I heard
my
it was really
god.
good though. I heard it was really good. So
Oh man, it's Batman that just doesn't give a shit anymore, and the Batmobile doesn't suck, and you have your own Hunchback of Notre Dame, and a dog too. You're like, Jesus, what else could I possibly want? No,
that's
it's
how
I
I
have
great.
to
was
sit down
told. I
and
already
play
bought
this
it.
now.
So
Old.
One of my favorite little marketing things was from the Mad Max game where they gave you a bottle opener, but it was a sawed-off shotgun.
sick with it. Love it.
Okay, so I've only got 2 more games. I haven't played Detroit Become Human, but
Trash.
I hear very good things from people. Oddly enough, from people who hate every other David Cage game, seem to like Detroit Become Human.
Potential.
I don't know why that is. Right? Maybe they just have no fucking taste. Who knows? But it's only $8 on Steam right now. The reason there are generally just less games this week, everyone's spring sales are coming to an end. Like, so it's like, ooh, okay, so right. I had to go look for things that weren't actually about to expire, like literally within the next day or so. I wanted people to have time to actually look, right? So that's why I kept it shorter and all that. And then, of course, for Nintendo Switch, I have Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star edition on here. I have the original Fitness Boxing. It's great. It's actually like it's never going to match up to how amazing Wii Sports ever was. It's not going to match up to the funness of Nintendo Switch Sports. But if you just, hey, you got to get your cardio up. There are worse things to do. There are better things to do. but if you wanted to do it with Kenshiro, you can. Like that's it. No, they're actually solid for what they are. And that's all I've got for the games. Jace, do you have any takes on those games or any questions?
Like I said, Days Gone, fantastic game, and you're absolutely right. It was trash on the P4. I played it on my P5, the P4 version. I streamed the whole thing in case you were ever wanting to check me get killed by hordes over and over and over and over and over again. You could always do that, but played maybe 4 to 6 hours on the P4 version and then upgraded to the P5 version. It's like literal night and day. The graphics and the clarity, everything just improves. And excellent game, great story. It sort of kind of washes out toward the end, but you're still driven to want to see what happens to your click and all that. No spoilers, promise. So yeah, Days Gone's definitely great. Detroit was boring as hell. I've seen better movies. And as long as I can make a motherfucker explode in Fist of the North Star, I'm in.
I was gonna say, with Fitness Boxing, do you get to do the 100 crack fist? That's the only thing I'm asking.
Yeah, I need to know.
Right? See, there you go. It's
Listen,
right?
all right,
They're okay.
Trash.
all right. Let
Right,
me
it's
say
not
some
trash.
shit. Let
Right to jail.
me
Right
say
away.
some shit. Detroit Become Human. The best part of that game was Mr. Krabs and Mega Man.
He said Mr. Krabs and Mega Man. Okay.
Other than that, the rest of the game and the vast majority of the people streaming and commenting on that shit, including certain non-entities in this household, nah. Every time I even see that game on the shelf, I have a visceral, like my visceral allergy to bullshit gets triggered. I want to slap someone every time I see that game on the shelf. So nah, don't.
On your shelf or on any shelf?
Any shelf.
Detroit
You
Become
want
Just
Human?
on principle.
Right now, I can grab it right
The
now.
game triggers
You can
Ace,
see some
apparently?
slappage.
I'm gonna have to go out and find someone to slap after the show.
Video
Somebody
ready.
take it in. It's like when you go to the doctor's office and they hit you with that little hammer. Just nope, knee-jerk reaction.
You will hear this echo
On
from the
site.
Pacific Northwest.
the way I see it, if you're interested in checking out Detroit Become Human or any games similar to that, is hey, do you want to play an interactive movie or do you want to go to the movies and spend $22, $25, right? Just pay $8 and you're going to be choose your own adventure, video game.
Yeah.
So,
But
That's
yeah,
it.
those were really the prime deals that I had for the week, and we're doing really really good on time. So, do we want to move straight into the final boss, or do we want to talk to our guest and see what else he's got cooking up over on his channel?
Yeah, let's see what we can hit on.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I cannot see or hear Mr. Asian dude right now. I don't know what's going on with that.
He's John Cena. Okay, don't worry. Oh,
Wait.
don't worry about it.
Oh no, I was about to say some vile shit.
What about now?
Shut up.
Can you see me or no?
So, like, I don't know if he's directing me to say anything right now or what's going on here. I don't know.
No.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I
can
can
hear you.
we can hear you and see you just
no,
fine.
and I've got the feed over here. I can see him on my feed, but I cannot see him here in the live window.
Awkward time to find out that you muted him globally.
Did I do that? Can I do that?
I mean, like we said, the hate was strong today. You just hate him so much.
Subconsciously. No, I don't know.
Subconsciously.
I don't know.
Try.
I have no idea what's going on. Should I try and refresh the page? Like, what should I do? I don't know.
Try leaving the room, coming back in. Somebody tell him that.
Try leaving the room and come back in.
Leave and come back. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're done with you.
Some real be gone thought energy.
Time has been depleted.
I'm just channeling what my profile picture is.
But while we wait for our guest to come back,
I don't think Oliver's noticed.
I noticed. I wasn't saying anything. You came up. I knew. I just wasn't gonna dignify your bullshit.
And you see me now,
Yes,
Jay?
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have been talking trash this whole time, and I'd have just been like,
No, I was trying to get him. All right, yeah. So tell us a little bit more about your channel and stuff like that. Yeah, tell the audience.
All right, so No Shoes Plays. I've been doing this. In May will be my 6th anniversary. Creating content on YouTube. It started with streams during the pandemic. Everybody was bored. Everybody had a little bit extra cash, so I kind of started just building piece by piece, and it's come into what it is now. Just reached, I think we're almost to 2,000 subs on the channel, so we're cruising along there. Monetization happened a couple months ago. It's been a slow trickle, but it's been super fun. But basically, I stream Tuesday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are modern games. Currently playing through Kina and the Bridge of Spirits, which is a really, really great game that I had never had the opportunity to do. And then Sundays, we do Super Smash Sunday. That's just Super Smash Brothers with viewers. And then as you're seeing right here, Sundays and Mondays at 3 p.m. Pacific time is Best Losers, which is a similar format to like Super Beard Bros, Game Grumps. It's just me and my best friend Jim just being super duper rude to each other while we try to limp through video games. We're currently playing through Alien Isolation, and that's been a ride, so make sure you check that out. But lots of content. Like, we've been making these Best Losers episodes for about 6 years now, so the whole backlog is available on the No Shoes Plays YouTube channel. So
the fact that you guys don't hate each other yet, that's how I know you gonna make it.
Oh, no,
right?
Like, you hate each other forever. So
you
it's
keep
like
that hate on the front, right? It's like, oh, you wear your heart on your sleeve.
Hate-love relationship, like fat kids that hate cake but love gaining weight from it. So,
damn.
You know.
For me, it's the flip. Like, I hate getting fat from cake, but I love cake. But I mean, if that's what does it for you,
Yeah,
like,
no, you're around on me.
Yeah,
this was one of my.
What is Iron Meat?
This was one of my favorite episodes he's ever played with Jim Squints. And Iron Meat is an homage to Contra Alien Wars.
It almost kind of reminds me of Carrion.
No, here's the gameplay. I'll show you. There it is.
Oh no, it's fucking Contra. Okay, yeah, no, I mean,
yeah,
no,
It's
no,
such a
even
fun and easy
wow.
play. So
yeah. It was so
you
entertaining.
get
You
like
guys
30 lives,
doing
you
it.
know, so you don't have to put the Konami code or anything like that. And then
They knew the assignment. These guys knew.
yeah,
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Duly noted.
it's
Yeah,
a
no,
They
trick.
tried to make legally distinct Contra.
Right, right.
I did mention I mentioned this on a podcast before. I think I did shout you out on this because I was watching your playthrough on this, and the game's really cool. And I told the guys, if you guys are in the mood for Contra, check out Iron Meat, because I didn't know about it until I watched your episode. So
Yeah, man. It was
No,
digital for the longest time, and then they did an LRG type thing with like a steel book and everything.
oh really?
My one of my supporters and my cousin CJ graciously bought this for me for my birthday, so I got the metal case and the physical disc and everything with the
Very
soundtrack.
cool.
The soundtrack is awesome. It's heavy metal, so it's
Yeah, let's
exactly
go.
what you need when you're playing Contra.
go.
So
I
All
just
right.
had to ask because I was trying to figure out how the fuck everyone figured out my wife's nickname for me.
What?
I've been holding on to that joke for like 4 minutes now, man. I was like, no, that's good. That's funny.
Put it in the chamber. So look at that. Jago in the chat just said, hey, so yeah, that's getting wish list now. So this is why collaborations are important. In chatting.
fantastic game. Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
love it. You're absolutely gonna love it, and
Yeah.
it's even better with a homie. So
Cool.
Now, is it couch co-op only, or is it also have online
Both.
co-op?
Both.
Both. I
Yes, sir.
fucking love to hear it.
Yeah, we do Best Losers. He's literally sitting just to the left of me in this exact same spot right here. We do all the recording live and with one another. So it's a little
stuff.
crass. I mean, judging from the subject matter of this show, I don't think any of the viewer base.
The
is
amount
gonna
of
have
times
an
I've
issue.
said "fuck" tonight is impressive.
Oh, the amount of times you fuck in an episode.
That's,
Minus the first 2 minutes.
that's what I get for putting the title as "Taking It Easy." That's what I
I'm
get.
taking it easy, and I
Like,
come out
the
hard
thing
as
where
shit.
Somebody makes like a
Headmaster,
reference.
you
and
gotta
then
talk to
immediately puts a
faculty
video
after
of
the
that
show.
reference. You're gonna love it. It's like Family Guy, but real life almost.
No, it's pretty funny. You guys, I think you guys were playing Last of Us, and I was like, your commentary on The Last of Us was just like, it just got me cracking up. It was so hilarious.
It's so, it's unfiltered and it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. The goal is to try to eliminate as much silence as you can. And dude, sometimes I go motor mouth, and then sometimes Jim has too much coffee, and we just crack each other up. So it's a really good time.
Yeah, little
I
history.
hadn't had a Mountain Dew for like 8 months. I've been off of caffeine, and I fucked around and had the best Mountain Dew, like literally before the show started. So, no, I'm just an old person on a sugar rush right now, and it turns out like if I have enough sugar, I just have Tourette syndrome. I just kind of lose my fucking mind, apparently.
Yeah,
But
the Haterade is the real Baja Blast tonight.
oh, really? You ate Baja Blast?
No. I'm just saying that the
Fueling the
Haterade
hate.
tonight
Oh,
is
the fuel.
fueled by-
Yes,
yeah.
yes. This is sponsored by Mountain Dew. They're like, get that shit away from us
No,
as far as possible. I'm gonna get hit with my second cease and desist in my life.
I'm about to say, don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I was gonna say
I
it's
have a
funny how that
question.
ends up coming up just because of the fact that I haven't had Mountain Dew for a very, very, very long time. Even like the Baja Blast, I know everyone's into that. We were actually talking at the brewery I work at now that we're gonna potentially try to do a seltzer for summer. That's gonna be a hard seltzer that's flavored like Baja Blast.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
That should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Baja
I have
Blast
one
is really good.
last
Oh,
question
Baja
for
Blast.
the panel before we go into the final boss, just because I'm super interested to know. Has everyone played or gotten a look at Dead as Disco? I know Ace
I
has.
was
Yes!
hoping we were gonna talk about that tonight.
Is that the beat-driven one
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
that I've been seeing kind of on TikTok and such?
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of, it reminds me of this other game that I used to play. It was a shooter, and the bullets all on the screen would like flash to the beat of like whatever music you listen to. So it was very reminiscent of that, to where the levels are kind of catered to how the song goes. So definitely been interested in trying it out.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of just like Hi-Fi Rush, just that kind of presentation that Hi-Fi Rush had, but obviously way more like dug in with the music with this. And a little bit of like wasn't that a thing as well in the Def Jam games, or if you did it like on the beat or something, you did extra damage? Or am I misremembering that?
Not in Vendetta. Maybe for.
Yeah, you can literally hear it like going with the beat. That's pretty cool.
Now, a little bit about Dead is Disco. One thing that, for the folks that have actually been playing it, or at the very least playing the demo, you are definitely going to want to actually take a look at the advanced editor for when you are uploading your songs. Take a look at the advanced editor and do some tinkering with the beat offset. Like that's really going to help go a long way as far as helping make the songs feel a lot better to play, especially if you put something longer on your playlist, like for example Information High from Macross Plus.
I am just gonna like overwrite every song with Eurotrash and break beats.
Do it
from Initial D, and just try to like do that.
Do it.
While we were in the middle of the show, I was actually like, I literally was just explaining to my brother what Dead is Disco is. I was like, imagine a brawler like we played as kids, but with an amazing soundtrack like Bust a Groove, and you're literally beating someone's ass to a soundtrack, and you're being judged for this. I was like, and it works.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to work. Like for me, it's more closer to Arkham style combat.
It's Arkham.
Right? It's Insomniac Spider-Man, but they really made the actual, like, I just felt like the time and the BPMs and everything works. And this is the first time in a while, like as Nick was talking about earlier with Flow, what impressed him with Flow was talking about that experimentation and dynamic difficulty. This game does that, where your beats per minute really determines how hard or how easy it is to fight. Lower beats per minute, you can really see everything coming, but the more you speed your track up, oh boy, like shit starts happening real fast, and it gets out of hand. But it's kind of nice because in a magical way, how Souls games have had that creep problem since Demon Souls? They each get progressively faster and you have less and less time to react. Here, you get to decide how much time you have to react to whatever is happening in the game. You still need to do all the work, but not everyone can actually see, shit that happens in a very small amount of milliseconds time. Like some of us are getting old. Some of us old motherfuckers wear reading glasses now. Okay, like cut me some slack. But if I'm going, no, I got it right now, and I'm feeling it, and I feel like my reflexes and nothing is hurting, I'll take a song and kick it up to 300 beats a minute. And holy shitballs, does it get intense! Next thing you know, you're like, I love Pantera all over again. This is wonderful. And of course, you can put in, we didn't even mention that, you can put in your own custom soundtrack even into the demo. So it's just like, get in there. If you liked DDR, it's almost every music genre game feels kind of represented here. And I'm so impressed with the demo. I'm sitting there going, whoa, it looks like we got a Gotti contender early in the year, because I'm like, where did this fucking come from? Right? It oozes style. It's got that nice little sprinkling of almost Suda 51 aesthetic on top of it.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, why is Travis Touchdown beating people with drums? Fuck it, I don't care. I'm in. Right?
That's what I thought it was when I first saw it. I was like, is this some sort of like No More Heroes type shit?
And believe it or not, that right there is actually why I was kind of holding off on the game, because it's like, we got this, we got Romeo is a Dead Man, we've got our Suda fix for the year, so I was just gonna kind of step back. But then no, I saw that one clip on Twitter, and brother, I was Paul Revere. I had to get on my horse.
He did. He told me so fucking fast, you need to see this. I was like, oh my God. Right? Oh, and we forgot to mention, what's coming in its early access, because that's what, May 5th, I think it's set on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be fucking multiplayer. What the fuck? What?
How?
We're gonna be able to beat people up to a soundtrack? Don't tell me we're gonna have team up attacks and shit, because my old man heart can't take that shit.
Oh,
I
if,
will
if that's the
actually
case, then
stop.
Oliver, yeah.
Like, I'll stop being a hater and I'll go to fucking heaven. It'll be like Constantine, right? It'll be the sacrifice. I will have stopped hating, left this plane, right, and gone to be with Jesus while going, I still fucking hate Near Automata. I will.
The man just floated off screen on his tape.
Oh,
Like, it's just the way it's gonna fucking be. But no, it's a terrific demo. If you don't like music games, don't bother with it. If you don't like brawling, don't bother with it. But I do encourage you to look on YouTube or check someone out on Twitch who might be playing it at the moment, because it's a curiosity to be sure. And it's like, this is just fun to look at, right? It's like jingling the fucking keys over the baby. Like, you're just like, ooh, that's neat. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a big baby.
Just one last thing about Dead as Disco from me. I found a clip of someone playing that Infinite Disco stage to fucking footloose, and I shared it around my office earlier this afternoon.
Best soundtrack ever.
I'm gonna load up.
Best soundtrack ever.
I'm gonna load up Ramna 1/2 music, because
hell yeah,
do
it.
I'm still rocking the initial D. I'm just gonna be doing Eurobeat.
Do it.
Massive BPM. Just
everything
those
feels
corners.
good. It feels
Guile
good.
Steam
It shouldn't.
Yeah, the
Guile
is
Steam.
probably the banger.
Guile Steam goes with everything. Actually, before we get too far away from it and
Yes.
wrap it all up, I know we don't get to spend a ton of time with No Shoes. So No Shoes for 2026, man, like, what are some games you're looking forward to playing yourself? Not just for content creation, but something you're passionate about or something you got your eye on.
I was actually having this kind of discussion with myself about a week ago, whether I was actually going to stream GTA 6 or if I was just going to play it for myself. The folly of like streaming games that are so big is either everybody's playing it or everybody's watching someone else playing it. It's never one or the other. I had this happen with Resident Evil Requiem. I thought for sure I'd have droves of people checking me out playing this game. And it was a trickle at best, which I'm always happy for people that hang out and chat with me on stream. It always makes the stream a lot more fun. But it didn't really have the desired effect that I had, so I've really been like considering just kind of keeping GTA 6 for daddy, and then maybe a year down the road after everything's kind of simmered down, maybe play it again on stream. So GTA 6, super excited for that. Let's talk about what's coming out Friday, Pragmata. I've been waiting for this game forever. Definitely going to stream that one. So those are really the only two like big games on my radar, because everything else that I've been kind of looking at is a little bit kind of out in the future. So
that's another good demo, by the way, folks. Like, yeah, Pragmata was surprisingly really fun and showcased itself really well. And what you said about how you're just going to keep that GTA 6 yourself. I recently, just within the past 2 years of streaming myself, I noticed the exact problem you're describing.
Yeah.
And I basically told people, I was like, I don't stream AAA games on release anymore because
I didn't play Expedition 33 until very recently, long after the hype had like died down. And there were like 3 or 4 concurrent streams where I had 40 plus people watching me. And I think they were waiting to see my response to the end of Act 1, because no spoilers, something real big happens at the end of that first act. And I think they were waiting to see me like do whatever, so on the flip side, if you give something a little bit of time, the fervor dies off, and then you get all these people that like to watch because they know what's going to happen and they want to see your genuine reaction. So that pocket to find what's going to be popular with streaming also drives what I decide to play like on my own and not on my own.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I wanted to ask.
I don't know if
Appreciate
that
it.
answered the question or not, but
Yeah, no.
No.
I mean, it's a different approach. You do that more than we usually talk about on our pod. We focus a lot more on like our personal experiences with
right.
the past and stuff, and kind of what we're looking forward to a little bit. I always try to, when we have time to chat at the end, is like, hey guys, what are you actually playing now? What are you looking forward to next? Like one of the reasons
What am I playing now?
I was talking or wanted to talk about Replaced, which just came out on PC. Like, I can't wait to sit down and actually spend time and play that. But it's like, that's a game for me kind of thing.
Right.
Not one I can look for my friends.
Right. No, it's totally how it is. Sometimes you just got to decide that I'm just going to keep this for me. And other times I got to decide this is something I want to share with other people. Or if I have to put it on the back burner and share it later. It's really weird. I wish I knew how the algorithms like worked to a T. Definitely not even close to knowing any of that. And I don't understand how flows and rhythms work or retention and all that. I'm learning as I go, and I know more about it now than I ever did before, but it's this huge beast, and I'm just learning more and more as I kind of go on. And it's really, the learning is from personal experience more than anything else. So I'm rambling, and I apologize.
No, you're good.
No.
Not
We're trying to
rambling
make
at
sure
all.
that
They always hear us talk, so it's always good to hear another.
Yeah.
Right on.
Matter of fact, we're gonna play a little bit more on that because tonight's final boss will be led by Jace himself. So, Jace, I know I wanted to change things up, and I normally do this for the show, but you specifically have written down a final boss for tonight to share with our community and of course your community as well. Please take it away.
Right on. All right, so there's a stigma in gaming that's always perplexed me more than anything else, and it's people who think less of somebody based on the difficulty setting of whatever game they might be playing. I've heard people actually say, if you're not being challenged, then what's the point? Or you're not a real gamer if you're playing games on easy. And I'm not really sure who started that or where these people get off with these opinions, but I've always been an advocate of playing to your comfort level. It's you playing, and whether you want the challenge or whether you want to feel like a kid standing over an anthill, with like that power fantasy that a lot of people go to video games to experience, that should be your choice to make and no one else's. But what happens when life gets put on hard mode? When it's hard to get out of bed in the morning because you overdid it the day before, or you're just mentally exhausted from slaying that pile of paperwork or fighting the daily mini boss, which is dinner for the family. It can be difficult to see when you're about to gas out and throw the proverbial controller down because it just seems too difficult to overcome. Well, my biggest piece of advice on that, or to anyone who's overwhelmed with this game that we call life, where the graphics are amazing, but the story drags on, is just take it easy, man. Oftentimes, we feel the need to keep pushing, and I admire that drive to get the thing done, but sometimes giving too much is ultimately the first step to losing the only life we get. There's no continues, there's no one-ups, there's no more quarters. And as hard mode as life is already, there's always a time to just downshift, take care of self, and really, really rest. Like, really rest. Not that I'm going to take a little nap, but really, really decompress and think about things. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, and realizing that you don't have to do everything on hard mode or even nightmare mode, it's the first step to getting your hands back on the controller to do it right. A great philosopher once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So relax. Do your best to put life on easy mode, even for just a little bit. Thank you.
For the record, I fucking hate Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I hate that movie so much. I just need. I have one last hate in the chamber. I do. I can't stand that goddamn movie.
But
but
top 3 favorite movies of all time.
But here's everything that he said that was absolutely 100% true, and I can't thank you enough for adding that final boss for this week's episode, especially because all video games, let's put it this way: 2,000 years ago, Sun Tzu said all warfare is based on deception, and 2,000 years forward in time, a fucking idiot called me, Oliver, said that all video games are based on perception, your ability to perceive certain bits of stimuli that are happening in front of you and having the correct response for those things. And one of the things that we tried to do here at Gamer Quotient was we tried to get you to take skills that you have developed unknowingly in games and pulling them back into your day-to-day life. If you're playing a game and you're playing something real intense, I mean, Ace and I can sit right here and tell you, you're going to burn those hands up on a fighting game, especially something like fighting, like Guilty Gear. Learn how to put the controller down instead of giving yourself a very serious injury, because you can, right? Like you'll sit there and next thing you know, you got icy hot in your shit and you're like chicken winged up and you're like, my hands hurt, right? I tried to Daigo parry for the past 8 hours. Don't do that. Like,
Have I been
don't.
playing Mario Party?
Right. Put the fucking controller down. And that's really what Jace is trying to say here. Learn when you've hit your wall. It is not an admission of defeat. Not at all. To go, okay, right now, this is my current ceiling, and I don't have more than that. If I try to go past this, it's going to spill over, and then you have catastrophe on your hands. It takes great bravery and great courage, and I've been saying that a lot this week, to be able to say what your line is, right? To know what your limits are. You eventually you're going to move past those limits. You will exceed those limits, but right now you're just acknowledging what you can do, right? Every single person that really soaked up any Souls game full experience, just sat down and had their first one, it felt like an impossible, daunting task. And then come talk to that guy 6 months later after he's beaten it, and he's like, I don't know why that was ever hard to me in the first place. Like, conceptually, it wasn't difficult. I just needed to kind of slow down and pay attention, right? So you will grow the same way in your external space too, right? And yes, just sometimes when we are just not feeling our best, even a simple thing can feel like an accomplishment. Don't devalue your accomplishments. If you're someone who's depressed, if you're listening to this show and you have depression right now and you got up today and you just came over to listen to us, good fucking job, because you still have something in your tank. That's a small victory. Take that, Mitch. You do one of these numbers, take it, you fold that up, tuck that shit into your bra. I don't care if you're a dude or not. Put your shit on and go like, oh, I'm going to hold that one close to my heart because I'm running on fumes, right? And you're trying to make that last until you can get to the next damn pit stop, right? It's like Mad Max, right? You live or die based on whether or not you have gas. And knowing where your lines are is so important. And especially when it comes to difficulty. You know what? Ace has heard me say this all the time, right? Yeah, there are people out there like Team Darkside. There are people who are infinitely better at Monster Hunter than me. And I go, I don't fucking care. To me, victory is the monster's dead and I'm not. The monster's dead, my team's not. Right? I'm not here to play games to your standard. I'm here to play them to mine. If I feel like we can do what we do a little bit faster, a little bit cleaner to our satisfaction, great. Right? But I'm not going to hold myself to some weird, impossible standard that makes games now stressful. If they are nothing but a stress point for me, they are pointless to me. They're a place where I'm supposed to feel comfortable to just do things, not a thing that I just fucking dread coming to. That's just called a job. We went through that shit with World of Warcraft. We watched what people raiding in WoW was like. They were like, oh, people were burning out and getting divorced and shit. It's like, oh. Motherfuckers had to clock in for the raid. I'm like, you're not even paying that guy. No, fuck that. That doesn't sound like a good time. If it doesn't sound like a good time to you, don't do it. If playing the game on the hardest difficulty, it doesn't sound like fun to you, don't do it. If playing the game on the easiest difficulty doesn't sound fun to you, don't do it.
Yeah.
Do the thing that's right for you. Mm-hmm. That's it. And no matter what, even with my hot ass nuclear fire fucking takes tonight, Fuck me and fuck my opinions. I'm just some fucking weird old dad in the middle of Iowa. And if my opinion holds that much fucking weight, like, no, you got bigger problems. I'm just a guy who just has his own experiences and things he thinks he likes and things that he enjoys, or just my own little personal life's observations. But if you found a value in a thing, hey, fuck it. I'm proud of you. Fucking high five. Give it up. You found something you cared about. That's good. That's the thing we worry about.
Thank God someone said it. Take Oliver down a peg. Oliver, do it.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Nobody likes that
Just
guy.
take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Nobody likes Millhouse. So
Millhouse
it's like,
catchphrase.
because you know what? The whole point of saying goofy nuclear fucking shit is just that. It's just to say goofy nuclear shit, right? It's to just interject a little bit of levity here and there, right? And sometimes
You just
to
summed
have
up
a
best
distinct-
losers right there. You just summed up best losers right there.
Right. Just interject the levity, and just sometimes it's important to have dissenting opinion just to give people something to think about. And that's all. Right? Great fucking headmaster's desk, you two. You did such a great job. I love this guy. I want to be his best friend with his fucking weird glasses. I love your weird glasses. They're fucking great. Right? I want to hang. No shit. Shut up. You really got someone to put lenses in there. That you didn't get that shit at Walmart. No, sir. They were not going to do that. They were like, we don't know what these are.
The frames are $3.
Shut up.
I have a drawer of these, all sorts of colors. I match up.
Send me some fucking links as reading glasses, because reading glasses are expensive. It's just the worst. I have 87 pairs of reading glasses, and I have no clue where any of them are, because I'm just a weird old forgetful. Oh no, I became Master Roshi. No, I love this guy. I love his channel. Will you tell them again where your channel is, please?
No Shoes Plays, YouTube. That's about it.
That's it.
No
and
Shoes.
You guys upload how frequently?
So I stream 5 nights a week, Tuesday through Friday and Sunday. And then new episodes of Best Losers, which is the Let's Play that I do with Brother. That's Sunday and Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific. And memberships in the channel are just $2, and you get access to those episodes before anybody else. So
$2 That's cheaper than a fucking whatchamacallit bar.
Also,
that's amazing.
I'm gonna also add, check out his merch. I also own a Best Losers.
Hey, there it is.
I want to let you guys know. His merch is pretty fire, guys. Just check it out.
We love to see it.
Check it out for sure. All right. Any other last hater-esque things before we close out the show?
No, man. I feel like at this point, like Oliver could have all these hot takes, but he's gonna be the one guy ended up like saying how good the Ouya console was, and we have to be like, where does this guy get his hot takes, and why does that's his flag in the sand?
But no, I actually do like the Ouya. I literally have it sitting 3 feet from me.
Look what you did.
See, you fucked up.
I did.
You
did by backing some really hot takes tonight.
Speaking of humankind, the humankind odyssey. Oh, look, here's a monkey's paw. You fucked up, Nick.
I'm glad that you like it. I now know where you stand on it, and that tells me everything I need to know about that.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us tonight, guys. Super fun Gamer Quotient Gaming Academy tonight. Thank you to everybody who pulled up for class on me too, hung out with the faculty, joined the discussion, and helped make this class what it is. Bunch of crazy people, old and young, and everybody all over the place. And of course, special shout out to No Shoes for joining us tonight, bringing his voice, perspective, and energy to the show. Tonight, we talked about community, influence from that, gaming history, the news cycle, rumors, deals, and of course, a little bit of Final Boss that hit a little closer to real life. I too have to learn how to take it easy as well. And you don't have to play everything on hard mode. Sometimes the strongest move is not pushing until you break. Sometimes the smartest play is taking a step back, catching your breath, and making sure you got enough in the tank to keep going. Now, in games, we respect pacing, and in life, we should probably learn to do the same. So when you're at tonight, wherever you are tonight, whether you're grinding, building, resting, or trying to get through the week, take care of yourself. It is only Tuesday. Give yourself permission to breathe. The mission will still be there tomorrow. Thank you again for being part of the Academy. Be sure to follow, subscribe, share to the show. Check out the links for the channel, merch, of course. And of course, check out No Shoe Stuff as well, our fellow brother here in the gaming space. Until next time, study hard, game harder, stay sharp, and always remember to ask yourself, what is your gamer quotient? Have a good night, guys. Take it easy.
Take it easy,
See you
friends.
next week.
Class dismissed.